Right then, we are doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch tonight. So we are coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. And look, there is already a wonderful amount of movement there, so keep your eyes peeled for the strange and anomalous there. So yeah, we're looking out for UFOs, anything strange in the night sky. It's wonderfully clear tonight, and it's going to get a little bit darker there, and we're going to see more of those stars pop out as it gets a little bit darker there. But yeah, it's very clear, which means we should have a good spotting weather there. Grim is already in. How are you doing there? And thank you for the likes and the shares, guys. Appreciate that. It all goes back, all helps us, meet more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. But yeah, so we are live. Got a nice, beautiful purple one there tonight. We've also got lots of movement. I think we've got a quiet patch, but there'll be more movement on the screen soon. We can zoom in on the good stuff. How are you doing, Grim? How is your week going? Are we halfway through now? Divide us. How are you? Or where are you joining us from? Good to have you in. So we are coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge, the home of the highly strange here. Thomas is in as well. Should we start zooming in on the movement, guys? So we've got one over here.
Zoom mode
it's a bit
activated.
faint. There we go. But that screen will get darker. It's still actually a bit light out there. The sun hasn't fully gone around yet, so we're on a tad early. So in about 15 minutes, that'll get really dark, and we'll be able to see more contrast, more stars, and more movement there. So we are looking out. I'm glad to hear that one, Grim, as well there, and thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
All goes back into the streamer there. Norway! Oh, I love it. We've had a couple of people in from Norway. And not only is it a fantastically beautiful country there, but your skies seem to be very active. Have you ever seen anything strange yourself there? Here's some more movement.
Zoom mode activated.
Right, so there are lots and lots of satellites up there, lots of explainable things that are pretty cool to watch, but that's not what we're after. We want to see something strange, something anomalous there. We need to see it do something a satellite just can't do. Look, there's two, they're going to converge there. So we need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course, its trajectory, something like that, for us to know for sure that it is highly strange and not just one of the many satellites up there. How are you doing, Carl? A good to see you, and Donna too, I should say. Where are we on the chat there? Blue Nose is in, Ben is in. How are you doing, guys? Rio is in as well there. Have you seen the rocket come back from the moon? We haven't yet. For us, sadly. The moon is in the wrong place for us at the second. It's all turned around. And Mr. Money there, how you doing? And Ben, thank you for the gifts, guys. Appreciate those as well. Carl too, I'm missing a few there. Grim was another one. Appreciate that, guys. It goes back into the stream there. And Ben and Carl.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
Thank you for feeding Alan. Yes, a bit round the wrong way at the minute. The moon is below the horizon for us. Let's zoom in on this one here, because this is a bit brighter. It's got a bit of a bluish colour to this one. Look at that. It's almost flashing blue to us. We had a phenomenally blue and... What was it? Blue and green were flashing one yesterday? Very strange. So satellites up there just reflecting the sun's light back to us. So it may be dark for us here on the surface, but the sun hasn't fully gone around yet relative to those things in low Earth orbit there. So they're still able to reflect that sun's light back. But colours are strange there. Could be a sign of an anomaly. Keep your eyes on it there. And Bruno, thank you for the breakthrough star. Very kind. How is your day going? We are halfway through the working week. Zen, how are you? We missed you. We weren't in yesterday. We did miss you. How are you? There. I have to watch you now for a long time. Like what you seen. Oh, thank you there, Dividus, as well there. But yeah, so have you seen anything strange? It's good to have you in there. Mr. Money is in the house. Adam is in too there. And Ben, I watched Pete play Sea of Thieves for a bit today. Lucky boy, he's off at the minute, so he's getting lots of time. It hasn't invited me back to play yet. But it's going to be the quest tomorrow. So that's going to be an interesting one. Susie's in there, and Adam, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate those guys. It all goes back in the stream, helping us improve what we do. But it's a lovely, clear night tonight. Now, it's not as dark as it's fully going to get yet because the sun hasn't fully gone round. It's caught me off guard. I thought it'd be pretty dark by this point, but no, I think it's about 9:30 it gets properly dark. So that screen's going to get darker. We're going to see more stars, and because it's a lot clearer than last night, we're going to see a lot more activity, a lot more movement. And yesterday was already pretty good, and we were fighting the clouds a bit. We saw lots of strange things, so keep your eyes peeled there. Bruno's nearly there. 2 more sleeps. You should be counting down to tomorrow, because it's quest day tomorrow. Adam there, thank you for the gifts. Yeah, so if you don't know, guys, I use you as my guinea pig audience for my day job. And we are doing a pilot. We're testing a new concept show. And it's called The Quest. It's a green screen dungeon adventure. It's a little bit strange there. It's not UFO related at all, but we're using you as guinea pigs. So tomorrow, it'll probably be between 6:30 and 7:30, sometimes around then we're going to go live for the next installment of that. Hopefully it'll be better than last time there. But it's different. It's different. I hope to see you all for that, even though it's an earlier one there. You can let us know what we need to improve with it there. But if you are just joining us right now, we're doing what we normally do here, which is a UFO UAP, a Skywatch. That's a nice and bright one there coming in. Let's see if we can zoom in on that one before it fades out.
Zoom mode activated.
Oh, it's fading, but it's still there. Oh, look, and there's one over here as well. I don't know if you can see that one. They're going to cross paths. But we need to see them do something strange before we can tell they're definitely not a satellite. Now, there are lots and lots of satellites, explainable things up there, but anything flying around is going to reflect that sunlight back to us. It's going to look pretty similar there. So we might write things off as satellites when they could be something a little stranger, but it's hard for us to definitely say that they are anomalous until they display that behavioral change there. The varied behavior and movement that satellites just cannot do. They're falling to Earth in a big circle, so it's always entertaining when they change their course, change their speed, their trajectory. That will highlight it to us too. It's very strange there. Adam, how are you doing there as well? Susie as well, good to see you. Where are we? And Adam coming in with the shares there. Appreciate those, guys. It is the shares and likes that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. But yeah, we're doing another UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We're waiting for the sky to get a touch darker. It's still a little bit bright up there, but that should change soon, and we should see more and more stars there. Where it's funny. Thank you, Blue Nose. I was hoping. I went right out on a limb with the quest. I was not sure how that was going to go. It's either genius or madness. Sometimes they're very close. I'm hoping it's on the close to genius, but you don't quite know, do you? Till you try these things. Rio, how are you? As well, we're all good. How are you doing there? Right, we've got some more movement. Let's see if I can get my cursor over in time to zoom in. Come on. There we go. We've got two of them here. One up there, a little bit brighter than that one. Nothing so far out of the ordinary, but lots of movement, so that is good here. Look at this big... Oh, that's a bright one. A little bit more colour to that one. Moving through... Oh, wow, look at that flare up. Now, if that flares once, that can be to do with the angle. Maybe it's the old solar panels there catching the light on whatever that is. I'd like to see one flare like that and then speed off. Now, that would be pretty cool. Look at this big purple boy here. Look at that. Doesn't look very round, does it? That's the light messing around with the lenses. Oh, there's another bright one here. You're going to be seasick all this zooming in. But we want to keep our eyes peeled. Even if it's gone straight across the screen, we need to see, keep your eyes on it for the length that it is with us there, because that will tell us there. That last minute change of course or trajectory will inform us that it is something a little bit stranger. And that is what we are looking out for tonight. We're fighting the software a bit tonight. It's playing up, but hopefully it'll hold still enough. So do a little bit of movement there. Can you see that one coming through above there? Oh, that's getting a bit brighter. Let's scroll over to that one. There we go. Big bright boy coming in through there. A little bit orange of the stars. Now, I'm going to zoom out, but you keep following, guys, till it gets off the edge of the screen there. Again, it's that anomalous behavior. Another one coming in down just below me. It'll come out the top there for you guys on TikTok. And Adele there, how are you doing? It is a lovely clear sky tonight. You are very right there. It should still get a little bit darker as well. So hopefully we're going to see more stars. A little bit washed out of the second. We are fighting our software to various degrees. In fact, let me have a bit of a tweak. Let's see if we can change it. I think, though, this is probably the best. Oh, I don't know. So you tend to lose the overall background there. Let's keep that there for the second. But it should get a bit darker. And it should, yeah. It should therefore see more stars and more movement. So keep your eyes peeled. It's lovely and clear and getting busy again with the season there. And Adele there, well, clear sky. It is wonderful, isn't it? Maya, how are you doing? Good to see you in that. Neil, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Or goes back into the stream there. Oh, fighting hay fever. That is the downside, isn't it? We get lovely weather, and then it's, boom, hit with the hay fever. Oh, damn it. There was a really big bright one just off the edge of the screen there, so I couldn't zoom in time. But that was lovely. I'm sure there will be more. See if we can catch it next time. But yeah, you're fighting, isn't it? You get a nice, decent day, and then you're fighting the hay fever. Right, let's just check across everything here. There we go. Loading everything up. Yeah, it's all up to scratch there. There's some movement. It's not particularly bright, some of that movement. Getting lovely purple on that star. Maybe I'll spin the camera around a touch there. And Grandad M, how are you doing there? Oh, 90% rain there tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to turn for us. I'm sure it is. So making the most of the good weather. Look how big and bright and beautiful that purple star is there, reminding me of Vega that will be with us during the summer again. We blame Alan, he also has it. It is most probably Alan's fault, though, Mayor. I think it's fair to blame Alan. There, thank you for the shares. I appreciate the shares, guys. The likes tapping away. It does help us, say, reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. You never know who's going to come in with the what story, what account of the phenomena. We can all learn a little bit more about the universe and our place within it there. A-Up is in as well. And Neil, good to see ya. And thank you there, A-Up and Mayor, for the gifts. Appreciate those. They're all clear in Oxfordshire. Well, luckily, it's clear enough as well down here with us. So hopefully we're going to have a nice night of clear, wonderfully clear skies for us to be doing our Skywatch tonight. I think we're on about an 8 out of 10 for clarity. It's a bit bright. I'm not sure what is going on with that. I would have thought it would have darkened down a bit now. But we have got, oh, that's a nice big one coming in. Let's see if we can catch that one. Right.
Zoom mode activated.
That's quite, it's just off the edge here, so it's a bit blurry. But we're going to follow this one across the screen there. And Maya sent a treasure box, so everybody, when you claim those coins, do thank Maya for that one. There it is, coming back in a second there. It's a bit jumpy there. And what if the Anunnaki will be the end route race of humanity who use quantum frequency harnessing to create a form of travel known as Nibiru to escape their destruction at the end of time, seeding us? I mean, what would that do to us? You know, to know that anything other than evolution and nature rolling the dice, if that was commonly accepted that we were the product of somebody else there. Now, whether that was an evolutionary step, whether, you know, we were seeded, whether there was genetic manipulation, if we were born as for a purpose, what would that do to our psychology? Kind of putting us down a peg on the old pecking order. That's a very different thing there. Pecking order. What would that do? It's a very good question there, Zen. And Blackrod, how are you doing, the Blackrock there? They are not real. So, now this is where it gets contentious. We don't mind people having other opinions, but UFOs are real. So the category of unidentified is very, very real, and that's not a cop-out. Because there is lots going on up there that we do not know what it is there. We cannot explain it away with technology. We cannot explain it away with the weather phenomena and things like that. Now, is it little green men flying around in metal ships? Possibly, possibly not. We don't know. But there is a lot of anomalous data that we have been collecting. A lot of questions still to be answered there. So I think we definitely can't say that it's not a thing. What that thing is, that is the question. But it is a thing there. And it's accepted, isn't it, by the US military there, by the UK, the French and the American governments there, that there is very much a phenomena. There is something at play. But what is it? And this thing, probably not just one thing, probably multiple things as well. So we have to keep an open mind. Where are we? There's my mouse fighting it. Come on, get off the freaking other computer. There we go. And Rachel is in. How are you doing tonight, Rachel? There, and thank you, Matt. It's getting hot. I keep thinking, I come into this room and now it's a bit warmer. I'm already sweating. And I'm like, I'm going to need my hydration reminders. And it's not even as hot as it was in the summer yet. It's going to be a challenge, I think, this year. Need to get that aircon, I think. Guys, if you're just joining us tonight, we are doing a live UFO, UAP, Skywatch tonight there. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So a very ancient and mysterious landscape here. These skies are alive with the phenomena. So do join us tonight. Help us to spot the weird and wonderful there. And Susie C3. Oh, I see that. I've missed it a bit now. It's just off the screen. But yeah, good spotting. Keep up the good spotting, guys. Just like Susie there. Drop the grids in, and we can zoom in if I catch it in time on the good stuff. What we're looking for, because there are lots and lots of satellites, lots of explainable things out there. What we're really looking for is that anomalous behaviour there. We're looking for something to stop dead, to shoot off at speed, to change its course, its trajectory, its speed, anything like that. Satellites are pretty boring. Falling to Earth in a big circle, they follow straight lines at consistent speeds there. Any adjustments they can make, we can't really tell from down here. So we're looking for that anomalous behaviour there. Flashing can be anomalous as well, so keep spotting for that one. And Rio there, living room windows are open, and I am sweating already. You're getting your Scottish summer. I know, it's so quick. Like the walk I do to work, you're used to it. Doesn't drain me. I mean, I prefer not to because I'm lazy. But you know, it's fine. And then we get like a couple of degrees warmer, and I'm like, so unfit there. Oh, Rachel, miss your ETs there. No new activity, so I've been feeling a little down and lonely. Understandable. Maybe they've got some. Maybe it's a bit of a busier time for them at the minute. Whatever everything that's going on in the world. Let's zoom in on this one.
Zoom mode activated.
That's a nice, big, bright and fast one. Very roughly speaking there, the faster they are and the brighter they are, the closer to us they are. Oh, God, we've lost that one off screen. Oh, there's a little one just there as well as that one. So you've got to imagine it right there that the further out it is, the smaller it's going to appear to us, so therefore less light is going to reach back to us there. The same, the faster they are, the closer they are. Because if you imagine this is the Earth, as they're doing a lap at the same speed, it's going to look faster than the same speed doing a bigger lap there to us. So as a very rough rule of thumb, we can start to kind of understand what it is that we are seeing there. And Harko is there. Howdy. We have a new Skywatch image on disc. Oh, I'll put that on in a second there. And Ben, thank you for feeding out.
Nom. Thanks, guys.
I'll have to have a look at that one. I am so far behind. I've said that every night for the last 2 months. There. And don't ask me to spot anything. I've itchy eyes and a runny nose on with the hay fever there, having a tantrum. Alan is having, of course. That's a nice bright one there. Just about to go behind me there. Keep an eye on it. So we'll zoom in on the good stuff there. Where are we? Let's have a look. Oh, what's the big purple one? So I think it's Jupiter, but I'm not fully confident on that one tonight because I have already moved it around. I can't wait until we get some constellations back in shot that are really obvious, like when we had Orion in the other week. Nice and easy, that one. We know we're left of Orion, right of Orion. At the minute, I'll get a bit lost. And there, May I thank you for the gifts as well there. Oh, unstable internet connection. My arse, TikTok. That's a you problem, not me. Where are we? Understandable, yes, I fully understand. I think it makes sense, doesn't it? But it's still sometimes being hard having the lack of connection there as well. And May I thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom.
Are you sure he's been good
guys.
enough for cake, though, May? Oh, high-pitched noise again as well. I wonder what that could be connected with there. Oh, A3 and D2 and B1. Right, okay, I'm spotting it. Just takes me a minute to get my cursor there. Good spotting, Susie. Oh, come on. Bloody thing there. It takes me to click it twice. Some movement there. I'm sure there's some in TikTok shop there, Maya. Interesting. So keep your eyes peeled. Oh, there's two going off the screen there. Ah, Raf is in there. How are you doing there? And I find it highly bizarre that with the sheer size of the observable universe, it's impossible for us to be the only life forms in it. But if we weren't, it's highly unlikely we would have been exterminated. Well, that is one of the theories, isn't it? You know, they talk about grabby aliens being one, which is the time the universe has been around, that if there is other life, why hasn't it already all been claimed there? Why do they not see even simpler life like us as a threat because of our potential over these timescales and just wiping out? It's one of those arguments, you know. Maybe there's something missing. Maybe we're... ooh, there you go, that's a full screen. Didn't know I could do that. Maybe, oh no, that's a small screen. Oh, come on. Right, I'm going to have to mess around with that now. Sorry guys, give me a second. Fighting with it, there we go. Yeah, maybe we're looking at too much from our human anthropocentric viewpoint there. Maybe aliens are just very, very different. Exactly. I think that's a very human thing there, Rachel. You know, the connection there. We all need it, and this is one of the big things I get out of the stream, hanging out with you guys there. And Ben there, I don't think I trust any meds off of TikTok shop. That actually is probably quite right. There. And thank you there for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Where in the world? Good to have you in there. And by the time I've typed the call, everything has moved. It goes so fast, doesn't it, Susie? But good at spotting, especially with this little bit of delay as well there. Mayor coming in with the stickers there. And oi there, we are just a microscopic virus germ in the body of what is the universe. On these scales, 100%, you know, like the trying to get your head around literally the scale of the universe, or even some parts of it, even the galaxy. It's unfathomably, we are so inconsequential and small there. And just Sam there, how are you doing? Let me scroll over to zoom in on some of these.
Zoom mode activated.
There, everyone thinks aliens would be hostile, but that's just a human perspective of human nature. So that is a good angle. Everything that we are coming from here is from our, you know, anthropocentric viewpoint there. It is informed by us and how we think there. There is quite a big community within the UFO world there that, you know, does kind of default to that. Actually, they probably will be more advanced, and therefore maybe they won't be as aggressive as us. I tend to think that life is going to be as diverse out there as it is, if not more so, here on Earth. And we have a wide range of life forms, types, and temperaments, don't we, available to us here. So I imagine if there's good aliens, there's probably bad aliens too. But maybe not. Maybe to travel the distances that are involved here, maybe you do have to have your shit together to a certain degree there, otherwise you'd be arguing too much over the warp drive. You know, there is interesting arguments to be made there that maybe, yeah, the technology itself would only be able to be used by, you know, a more civilized species out there. And Whipped At, how are you doing tonight there? And about what you said about S4 there, like other underground bases, the mountain is hollowed out and then hangars built inside. You don't want extra weight on the actual structure. So yes, exactly there. Tuesday, 7th April saw the orb approach. Multiple passenger planes are flying over South Wales from east to west. In fact, excellent. Now that is a pretty interesting sight in there. And totally, so that's what we're saying about the Bob Lazar thing there. I don't think they hollow out the whole mountain. I've never seen them go to that extent, but the weight is the issue. There's a lot of weight above those hangars, and it isn't distributed and it isn't supported there. So hollowing it out would be an answer to that, but I've never seen them do that before. It's quite the job. All they've got to do is just build the roof in an arch, and that's why it's confused me. There you go. This is a nice bright one coming across the screen. I'm going to zoom out. So guys, keep following it across the screen there. We need it to do something strange, something a satellite just cannot do there. Stop dead or shoot off at speed. Anything like that there. Sam, I worked hard on that intro. Read it out. Which I can't read out your intro. I like your intros, but I can't read them out, Raph, because I get a hate speech warning on TikTok. So I can't read out your intro, sadly. But lo and behold, everybody, it is hilarious, and it is obviously offensive, which I wouldn't mind, but, you know, I'm probably on my last warning with TikTok. Where are we? Let me scroll through. Good spot in there. Harco as well. And honestly, I think they are more of a peaceful species, more than anything else there. I definitely think, I think some of them definitely could be. It was a very interesting argument I'd heard that, you know, basically, if you have that sort of technology, warp drive technology there, that is so powerful and so dangerous that, you know, your civilization has to have its I's dotted and its T's crossed, because otherwise, you know, somebody being a little bit of a pain within your civilization could cause epic amounts of damage there. Oh my God. Oh my God. God. Oh, no, don't fade out. Right, I'm zooming in anyway. Okay, right, you're not going to believe me. It was literally the edge of the screen here. Right, it came in. Oh, no, there it is. Look, here we go. We got a green flasher. We got a green flasher. Oh, it's going white. Oh, this is an interesting one.
Anomalous object.
Out.
Confirmed.
Oh, this is a good one. Come on, come back in. We haven't got it in the wrong place, have we? Oh, it's up there now. Fucking hell, it shifts, doesn't it? Oh, now it's going white. Back to green. Now, it should be reflecting the sun's light back to us there, so it shouldn't be any other colour other than white. Can maybe interactions with the atmosphere cause it to appear green? That is cool going off there. There we go. That was a nice little one to start the evening off. First anomaly, guys. Keep your lookout for that there. Oh, and Neo, something just passed through C3. Sorry, I'm a bit behind in the messages now, but keep up the good spotting there, and hopefully we'll catch it next time. There, and what is the purple thing in C4 there? Defective pixel. So no, that is actually a planet or a star. I think it's Jupiter, because Jupiter is normally very bright for us where we're pointing the camera, but I'm not 100% on that one there. It's a big one, 100% there. Neo and Lex, thank you for the follows, guys. Good to have you in. Where are you joining us from tonight? If you are new here, do say hello. Might take me a minute to get to you in the chat there, but do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. And also, if you've had any experience with a phenomena, we'd love to hear and talk about that whilst we're waiting for the action to happen on screen. But it is very busy tonight. But yeah, do give us a follow, because we do something like this every night. If it's a clear sky, then we're doing this, the UFO UAP Skywatch. If it's a cloudy night, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. Big dish, point to the night sky, listening on the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize we are more likely to hear a message from ET, should they be out there, where we've heard signals like the WOW signal there before. And if the moon's up and I can be bothered, that's what that looks like. It's not actual footage from Artemis, no. That's a 30-pound lens from China. But yeah, do join us for those ones there. You're going to go check into it. Do let us know, Ben, your sightings, or your findings, sorry, are there. And Maya, thank you for the gifts there. Agent X is in the house. How are you doing there? Harko are 2. Appreciate those guys. It goes back into the stream there. Noel is in 2. There. What's that Raf said now? There. He's being naughty on the tubes there, Maya. Watch Jesse Michael's recent one. Which one was that? Because I did catch one recently. What was it? I can't remember which one it was. I do love a bit of Jesse there. A bit of a fanboy. There. Maya coming in with the stickers there. And Harko, did you see my video showing the right scale of distance the moon to Earth? It's 10 times the scale. I haven't seen your video because I've been slacking on the Discord at the minute. But yeah, it's 10 times the circumference. It is crazy. I saw a demonstration of this the other day. And it was a guy basically had an inflatable Earth beach ball and string wrapped around it 10 times, gave the end of the string to some guy, and they uncurled it, and he was halfway across the studio. It's ridiculous, the distances are there. It does there. That was a good one there. Oh, we saw the purple as well. Good spot in there. High-pitched noisy. And what do you think it could be connected to, Maya? And did it break? Because I know you was having it the other week there. It just keeps disappearing. So, this is interesting. What could be going on there is... it's a weird orbit, but... that is obviously, whatever it's doing there, it's either emitting light, which satellites don't do. They're not big lighthouses, they just reflect light. So it's either emitting light, and therefore it is immediately very, very strange there, or it is reflecting light back to us there. So, if I give my little demonstration, if ET is flying around up there like that, but if he's spinning, see how that catches the light on the big side, then no light, and then catches the light, no light. So if it's doing that, it will reflect if it is rotating there. But if satellite's doing that, it is not working there, because satellites are designed to point in one direction and not spin around. It's normally a giveaway there. How is it changing colour? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with the brightness of the light there, the intensity, and then the atmosphere. But green is very odd, isn't it there? Push the button. 100% that was worth pushing the button for there. And Jupiter is a bit more up, I think. It could well be a Harko. It could well be there. Astra is in. How are you doing there? And good to see Agent X. Have you got your Oxo ready tonight? Loving the stickers there. And where are we? Oh, that's the same one. Maybe I did see it from you then. Maybe I did. There. Well, I'll let Harko claim the credit there. Yeah, it's just amazing, isn't it? You're thinking of those distances there. I didn't think the moon was that far away. Lots of movement on the screen, guys. Keep your eyes peeled on that. I have no idea what it is if it's doing your head in. God, it would, wouldn't it? All the time. How you doing, Kate? Oh, you just missed an awesome green one, Kate. How are you, though? I found the title, the video, The Meet of the Nuclear Missile Guard, Abducted by Aliens. I think I've seen that one, but I can't remember it. I mean, I would have seen it because I always watch them when they come out, but I can't remember it. I might remember fragments of it, but yeah, very interesting. Oh yes, no, I did see that. Yeah, it is. It's very, very interesting. There, and it's not just one guy, is it? There, the lots of those people now who work at those facilities have come out and have said, you know, about all of the things there. So there does seem to be lots going on. I've got two moving across the sky here. So these are nice and standard, white, steady. Not like that other one there. That was very, very, very anomalous. Where are we? Back to the chat. God, it's getting hot in here. There. Fish cakes tonight. Not my cup of tea. Oh, any sun flares on northern light colours in the region ever? No, not as far as we know. The other year we had one, didn't we, where it reached a little bit lower, but not down here, sadly, CJS. I'd love to see it, though. Oh, good spot in there, Agent X. I think I was a bit far behind on that one, but keep it up there. And when you press the anomaly button, does it go to some database? No, sadly not. No, we do clip them. We do clip them, and then when I can be bothered, I post them. I've given up on posting a lot lately, but I do need to get back into that. But we know we clip them, and then we normally post them out on TikTok for that one. It's a good idea, though. I should have a lot of views. I think I did see that one. And so it just jetted past, maybe a bird. So the birds, when they show, they're kind of like a smudge. They're like very dark. So maybe, I know we get a lot of geese fly over at night. And there, you miss everything. I'm sure you'll catch another one later. We're only early off into the night there. And Rafan there, what software is it? So this is basically just a live feed of the camera coming in. We do have tracking software, which we're making ourselves. And because we're making ourselves, it's not working tonight, so it's not on. But this is just basically a live feed from a camera outside, coming straight in there. May hydration, I need to there. Oh, D2 flying up. I'm going to a bit late on that one, but keep it up, X. There. Oh, so I did actually see something. It's gold in appearance, but disappeared. So, did it kind of fade in, or did it move off, disappearing? That sounds cool. It's very, very active tonight. Oh, it is. We're nice early on in the night, so look. There's another two coming in over that way. Keep spotting it there. A3, Bob Knott, good spotting. Yeah, they're straight on that one there. And what's an iridium flare? Oi, oi. So basically, there was one of the early satellite communication satellites out there was the iridium phone network, and basically they were odd satellites. They were triangular. Well, they were pyramids basically, and because of the weird shapes that they were, and each side was basically a solar panel, a solar panel that they would just they would rotate around. Most satellites are not. They are designed to point one way, you know, towards the sun for power and down to the ground for communication or whatever it is there. So normally they're quite fixed, but these ones kind of just flew around up there, and because of that weird triangular shape, they would cause very, very, very bright flashes, and people could see them on the ground, go, what the fuck's that? Big bright flash in the night sky. So that's where that comes from. And you know, satellites that we're looking at now, they can appear to flash there, but if they are, then they tend to not be working there. Solar flannel. It's a new material that Alan's brought to us there. It's a new hippie attire. Where are we? Over on the tubes. Let me get my cursor and check in with you guys. Come on. Oh God, I've missed a few messages. Sorry guys. Let me scroll up to where we are there. Oh my God, I've missed quite a few. Sorry, the YouTube chat is so small, it takes a while. I don't realise I've missed half of it there. And America has many bases built inside mountains there. Churchill even had a bunker deep inside the Welsh mountains, if I remember. It does, yeah, you can build into mountains. You can build into solid stone very, very easily. What's it very easy? It takes a lot of work for people other than me. But how you do it is the key there. And let's think, I've spent a lot of time looking into those structures from all different countries, and you can definitely build in mountains, but the way that you do it is the key there. And that's the thing. You could easily build a bunker in a mountain. There are many of them, but you have to support the weight in certain ways, and there are certain efficient ways to doing it and stuff there. But that's what S4 was, I thought was quite tricky there, is that they're not supporting that weight. But I am not a structural engineer. That is what his point now. So I can't say 100%, but it did make me go, because yeah, those hangars, they wouldn't support the weight of rock above them there. And Earth is a zoo there. Humans want to go find other life, and experiment. Any type 1, 2, or 3 civilization would be doing this. Well, this is the thing, yeah, we would. We are curious, aren't we? And we're already starting to potentially detect, biosignatures on other planets there. And if we could, we would definitely send probes. We're debating now, aren't we, how best to send some probes to our closest neighbour there, Proxima Centauri there. And it is a size actually relative there. In a fractal entropy, we will never be able to find the base particle of reality, as it infinitely divides. Or do we know our universe is not the size of an atom there? Well, when you're getting into the fractal nature of the universe, that is somewhere my mind absolutely melts there. But we know that it does play a part, but there is a minimum size at the second, because we've gone down and we get to the quantum world. So I don't know if it is infinitely fractal, but maybe that's just the limit of our engineering. Maybe it's the limit of our testing, and it possibly is there. UFOs in Kazakhstan. It was mad. Oh, I've not seen that one there. UFO in 2026 is pretty insane. There is lots going on this year as well. There. And Ben there, how you doing? Oh, you've moved over to there. Is that Ben? There. The Jerusalem one, interesting. What I like the one that was over the Turkish Sea, where you can zoom in and it's almost like, almost like you can see the 2 occupants to it there. And Fred from Waycross there in Georgia. Hello, how are you doing then? Thank you, it's very, very kind. How are you doing, Fred? And how is Georgia tonight? There. Let me scroll through here. And Tabs there, evening all, dropping in from West Midlands. Good to have you in. How are the skies over in the West Midlands tonight? They are as clear down here as they are down here. Where are we? Having a chat there as well. Oh, I'm waiting for something to do. Obvious artificial movements there. Once I saw a bright UFO shoot down 180 degrees without slowing. So that is exactly what we're here looking for. I mean, it's nice watching all the things go across the sky and wondering, but you are very, very right. That movement is what we need to see for us to conclusively say that is strange. Some of that flashing is anomalous. It is interesting, but it's not concrete there. We need to see that strange behavior there. We need to see it shoot off its speed, change course or trajectory, or something like that there. And the mantis are behind the 2 grey pilots in Turkey there. I didn't see the mantis behind it there, but I've heard reports previously that, there's always somebody in charge of the small greys there. Sometimes mantis they get very bright and then just fade out. Perfect, exactly for the iridium flares there. Where are we? My phone thinks it could be Icarus there, my first thought. Meteor. But they get really close there. If it's fading in, yeah, it's difficult to tell. That's a nice bright one there going across the screen, guys. Keep your eyes on that. Solar flannel blankets for Skywatch. It's a new merchandise line there, Kate. There. World War II bunkers on the Kent coast. Agent X, back in my younger days when I had Urbex, we went into one of those, it's literally right on the cliff tops of like Dover, and you hop over the safety fence and there's like a meter before sheer cliff drop, like 2 meters cliff drop there, and in that meter there is a big hole and a very steep slope down into the bunker. Obviously the cliff's eroded since then, and at the bottom of that very steep slope there, when you're right on the cliff edge, there's just a hole out to the sea below, and it's like if you take the wrong foot, even thinking about it now sets me off there. I brought back all sorts of flashbacks from those ones. There. And H1 God there, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are just joining us for the first time there, we are doing a live UAP Skywatch tonight, live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So these are the skies to watch for the phenomena. It's lovely and clear tonight. It's also very, very busy. We need to keep our eyes peeled on all of that movement there. Follow it across the screen because we are looking for it to do something strange, something a satellite just can't do there. And Bob there and Agent X, thank you for the gifts, guys. Appreciate those. We'll go back into the stream there. And Harco with the tap-in. Appreciate that as well. All of the likes and the shares. They do help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. With the Son of God in tonight as well. Alan there, and Bob. So many satellites now, and I used to stare at the sky and just to see the occasional one. Honestly, I did not realise how busy the night sky was there, Bob. Not like I had. Moving here, I saw one or two in the night sky with my eye, but before I'd never seen it. But then when we got that lens just right for the first time, seeing 14 or 15 or more on the screen at any one time, it just blew my mind how busy the night sky is. And then you compare this back to just a month or so ago in the winter, and we're looking at the same patch of sky. It's nice and clear. Didn't see a thing there. All to do with where the sun is positioned there. You went over there, Ben, just for Raf's intro there. Oh, good spot in there, X. Is it a bad one? Not as bad as you think. I'm just not risking it now, okay? There. Harko as well, coming in with the Allen heads. If I sneeze one more time, there. Oh, a C2 Agent X. I'm a bit well behind on that one. Oh, no, I can see it. Oh, time to get my mouse over there, guys. I'll have to move it over there in a bit there. Always gold, very interesting. Now, thank you, Bob Knott. I appreciate that. So it all goes back into the stream there. And Wazza, hello, what's your thoughts on this going to the moon lark? So, I have many thoughts. It's a good question there, Wazza. I am, first of all, I am very excited that we are going back to the moon. Are there any attention, anything that causes people in the mainstream there to look up to the night sky, to wonder a bit more about what's going on, I think is a positive thing. There are people that, don't think that we are actually going to the moon. I don't lean that way. I wouldn't ever say 100% not, but I don't really lean that way. I think it's a lot of effort to fake that for not a lot of reward. I could more understand the argument that maybe we didn't go back in the 60s. That makes more sense because they were trying to achieve something. Then this is still like, what do they really get for all the effort of faking it? But yeah, I think it's good that we are going back, although we don't want to pat NASA on the back too much there. It's taken them how long to do it, how much over budget, and the rocket is still bloody faulty, so we don't want to pat them too much there. And what do you mean you saw with your eyes? So when out in the garden, physically out there, looking up to the night sky, not through the camera, basically, with my own eyes. So in here, it's live. It's only 10 meters in front of me, the camera, but I do feel very detached from it. So I don't count this in the same way there. And oh yeah, what got you doing this sky UFO watching? And did you see something you can't explain? It's kind of around the other way, actually. It's a good question, Oi. And it's always interesting asking our community and seeing how everybody kind of got into all of these sorts of things. So I love a good mystery. I loved a little bit of the spooky stuff as well, so I've always been curious in the UFO, the alien stuff, but I had never seen anything. And then we moved here about a year ago to the country from a light polluted urban area, and the sky was so beautiful. And it turned out this little town has a history with UFOs, which isn't that common in the UK. But no, this town in the 60s and 70s had a massive UFO flap, lots of going on here, and I thought, oh, I wonder if it's going on there. So yeah, we thought we'd do the live stream to see if it is going on, and also just look at that beautiful night sky. But now we've done it, now I have seen some strange things there. And we love the moon over here. We do, unless I really want to do a normal Skywatch and it's up bright, and then I swear at the moon. And Agent X said, the moon is not real. The moon is strange. The moon is a very, very, very strange. And that's a subject for our Moonwatch streams. And I can't see much with my eyes. I can see it more with the camera. What you can see a lot more. This lens lets in about 2.5 times the amount of light that the human eye can see. So we do tend to see a little bit more of the activity there. And is that Ollie there? I keep seeing flashes in the sky there, not like a shooting star. In one spot, it flashes and disappears. So, does it happen from the same in the sort of same situation there? Like you'll see the flash, you'll look up, and then there'll be another one a second later. Because it is possible for satellites to occasionally give us a really bright flash that you can see, with the human eye, and they're normally the one-off ones. But they're not that common. They're not that common, so there may be something else going on there, especially if you're seeing it from roughly the same patch of sky. That is very interesting there, because everything should be moving, should be in motion. So if there is a satellite that flashes you there, by the time it flashes again, it should be well over there. So if it's from the same patch of sky, it could be very, very interesting there. The moon is just a protection of the dome. Oh, you've gone over to the dark side, Agent X there. The moon is real. The moon's real, but it's real strange. It is a very strange object there. Just the fact that it is, the proportions that it is, that it's made of what it is there. Every day there should be glasses, a Monday for you. Do you know how many years, Kate, I refused to wear glasses and just walked around blind, just out of sheer stubbornness? Years. And that just as real as the sun. And I do, it is real. If you dance on the ceiling, the moon is literally upside down. And Mark there, hi, I was on someone's live there this morning, like 2 or 3, and we're seeing a long UFO and have a video. Or Mark, tag us in it. I'd love to see that one. Guys, and as well, if you've got any really cool experiences yourself there, images, we've got a really cool Discord community there, link in bio for that, and there's a personal experiences section where you guys are sharing your first-hand accounts with the phenomena, images and videos too there, but just general UFO news as well. But I know the rest of our community would love to see it if you have got some stuff to share there. Oh, same time there, and all of the time it never moves. Now that is actually very, very strange there, because it requires a hell of a lot of energy to stay in one place up there. There are very few parking spots. You know what, with gravity, everything is in motion there. The only things that are stationary up there are geostationary satellites, which are more towards the horizon, so that's the first checking point there. So that's why your television antenna on the house, just why you don't have to keep moving it around, because those ones are kind of parked up there. But the rest of the time, it's actually quite hard to get a satellite moving at the same rotational speed as Earth, so it appears still relative to us. But yeah, most things are moving up there. Now, it's the first indicator that something strange could be going on there. And me and my granddaughter saw an orange triangle while watching Perseus, and it shimmered like heat weird. Now, that is very, very weird. Nothing explainable is triangular shaped there. So that is an amazing sighting for there. Orange as well, I love that one. And the moon is the moon. It's our natural satellite, who we always seem to take the mick out of. We do a bit there, but it is strange, isn't it, there? If you look at the rest of the planets in the solar system, it is a large moon for what we have, and it's a planetoid moon as well. Mars isn't much smaller, really, relative to the Earth there, and it's going basically will look like captured asteroids, much smaller, much closer. You know, very, very weird that our moon, that we've got such a perfect moon for the size of the planet that we have. Now, there could be normal explanations for that there. We have the impact hypothesis is our current favourite of how the moon was formed there, and it does seem to be that the moon is created as the same stuff that the Earth is, so that kind of matches up in that sense there. But the fact, isn't it, that it is 400th the size of the sun, but it is perfectly 400th the distance, therefore gives us what near perfect sort of lunar eclipses there, or sorry, solar eclipses for the moon, which in of itself is very useful for us to learn. That's another nice bright one coming across there, keep your eyes on that, to learn, because it kind of shields most of the sun. We can actually study the sun at that point. It's also like a set of training wheels, isn't it? This is like, if you're starting to be a spacefaring civilization, then just hop to the moon first, which is exactly what we're doing there. It's responsible for so much to do with life here on the moon, on the Earth, stability, keeping our weather pretty reasonable there. We are so dependent on it for so many things there, and the fact that it rings like a bell there, implying that the internal structure is either quite hollow or quite honeycomb. Not the whole thing hollow there, but it does ring like a bell there. It's only 23% as dense as Earth when it's meant to be made out of the same sort of stuff, and it's a bit of a reverse as well. It's soft on the outside and hard on the inside. Planets and things are meant to be the other way around, so it is a bit strange there. One of the ferrules broke about a year ago. Well, yeah, that's it. 2 years now to get a new pair. Oh, Easter eggs now, man. I couldn't have one in this room. It would be, it would melt. It would melt there. And not that it matters. I haven't had a test in 7 years, so my prescription has definitely changed. My prescription. And this is when you don't realise, Kate, that Alan's green. I think that's when you need to check that one up there as well. And Freeman is in. How are you doing? Good evening. Good to see you there. Tubers, I will get to you there as well there in a second there. It's not strange. I think we're going to have to differ on that one, Rachel. I think it's strange. And don't get me wrong. I do think that there is a good chance that it can be fully natural and just explained. But there is a good argument to be made that it is strange compared to the others there. But I'm not saying it's definitely the case there, but I think there's potential. There are some anomalies to be had, I think. And Freeman there has not been on for a long time there, been poorly. Or, sorry to hear that, Freeman, but I hope I hope you've been well, but if not, but it's good to see you there. Yeah, we've had some very, very interesting sightings there. So, hopefully you'll see a few more. We've had a couple earlier today. Now the seasons are coming around, and the nights are getting a bit later. We're catching the right time to see all the activity again. And wasn't the moon meant to be part of Earth when it took a big hit before life? So yes, that is the running theory at the minute, is that basically early proto-Earth there, as it was kind of forming and cooling down, got a big smack from another planet, Mars-ish size there, they labelled Theia. And they think that basically in the big splat and the impact that, you know, the Earth reformed in its molten state, and then what was kind of left reformed into the moon. And the actual the material of the moon that we've brought back from those missions does seem to match there, but it also doesn't match that you know, it's only 23% as dense, but that could be that the heavier stuff kind of formed as part of the Earth and the lighter stuff was left up there. So there are sort of reasons for it there. My favourite theory is like a combined version of that, which is during that impact there, that basically the core of that planet Theia just kept on bloody going, and is now what we see as Mercury, because Mercury's a bit weird. It's metal, it's basically like a planetary core there. It is mostly metals, and it's quite small, and it's in a weird orbit, and things like that. So they think maybe that was a planetary core at one point. The rest of it's been stripped away. Is it now part of Earth? But yeah, when they do the old seismic testing on Earth, there does seem to be structures in the Earth's mantle that we don't really know what they are. These big solid lumps of rock kind of floating around down there, and yeah, no, they theorise that maybe that's part of that planet there that's still kind of caught in it. But these are always best guesses. None of them are, I think, the question of how likely they are to be true. It's, you know, it's a degree of accuracy, isn't it, there? It's probably true in the overall sense, but, you know, it's always changing, though. That's a kind of a recent one there. And did you see the new photos of the planets? I haven't seen anything yet at the minute. I'm so far behind in messages, sadly, at the minute. But one day I'll catch up there. And there's at least, there is a test for colour blindness. And I'm slightly odd with certain red and green shades. Oh, green. That's the test. There, and which is a weird, because you're definitely in a green. Okay, you can see that one, that's fine then. There, and I do like a nice Mars bar. Oh, I'm a fan of Galaxy chocolate is the one that I forget I like, and then I go, oh, that is nice, and then I never remember to buy it again there. Curly Whirlies, oh, right, I'm going off on a rant here, right? I like a good Curly Whirly, but I had a really bad tooth extraction once. And like, it was one of the stereotypical, like the dentist was sweating, he had his leg up trying to pull this thing out, the anaesthetic wore off, horrible experience. But ever since then, I can't keep my mouth open for long periods, or if I'm chewing, if something is slightly too chewy, my jaw absolutely kills me. I've got like no jaw strength, and that was years ago, so I can't have Curly Whirlies now. I can literally one bite and then I'm in agony on my jaw there. Oh, thank you, Mark. I'll check that one out after the stream there. Thank you for sharing that with us there. Oh, Miss Maltesers. I mean, they've changed the recipe, Kate. You're not missing out. It's fine. Let's zoom in on some of these whilst we're here. We've got some movement up here and up there. Remember though, guys, we need to see it do something strange, like that flashing one that we saw earlier there. Space Rocks, aka Alan's Lego. He's always up to something there. Hang on, why is so much chocolate all spacey? It's a good question. It's like, why is everything in space named after the Greco-Roman gods? Or most of it there. 40,000 already. Well done, guys. Tubers, I will get over to you shortly. I'm just trying to catch up here on the TikTok chat. Galaxy's your fave, Dad's fave right now, and understandable. Says that a very sensible man. It is very nice, Galaxy. I don't know why I never go out my way to buy it, but like, it'll come in an Easter egg or a multi-pack. I go, that was really nice. I never remember there. The Fudge, Peppermint, Aero, and 12. It's like those Christmas selection packs that you get. Do pain medicine. Oh my god, yeah. I went to have my tooth had gone. That wasn't even the bad extraction. This one was years ago. But yeah, luckily, touch wood, this year, dentistry has been okay. But I'm sure it'll come back very soon there. Curly whirly in the freezer. Hey up, that's a war crime. Oh my god, that's a big, bright, slow one. So slower
Zoom mode activated.
implies further out, but it's brighter. Look at that, it's very spherical as well. Now this is the sort of one that's a good candidate to do something strange. Keep your eyes on it, guys. Because we need to see it do something weird. Something a satellite just can't do there to change its speed, change its course, trajectory. Stop dead. We need ET to realise he's left the gas on and do an interstellar handbrake turn there, right over the screen. That's what we want to see. It's a nice big bright one. I'm going to zoom out. Keep your eyes on the prize though, guys. Look, it's going into A1 there. Where's my cursor? This is a bloody ridiculous. Sorry, guys. Or Karamaki, yes. Snickers coffee. I've not tried that one. Oh, yes, Ripples, 100%. That's Galaxy's chocolate in a flake form. That's brilliant. Oh, we'll get the high-pitched noise. Is it when we get... Sorry, on screen there? When we do it in Rendlesham. It is on the list there, X. It is on the list. Oh, that's a nice big bright one there coming up the middle. Keep an eye for that one. Exactly, up. It didn't look like the normal ones. The normal ones have got that sort of stretch shape, which I think is the sort of the frame rate on the camera. But that one did look like an egg. It was a bit slower though. And Tony, what are we looking at here? So that's the main question. There's two very bright ones on the screen at the minute. So what we are looking at is the night sky coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. We're looking out for the strange and anomalous UFOs, UAP, all that sort of stuff. Now, there are a lot of explainable things up there in the night sky. Satellites, mainly, is what we're going to be seeing a lot of, and that is what these potentially are, and most likely are as well. There's quite a lot of them up there. So we're observing them to see if they do anything strange. Satellites act in very predictable ways. They follow straight paths at consistent speeds. So if we see any variation from that, if you're doing anything strange, then we know we've got something a little bit stranger on our hands. So we're looking out for that anomaly, that anomalous behaviour there. And we have seen a few things tonight there. Where are you joining us from, Tony? There. Twix is your main one. See, Twix is another classic. Like the main basic one, Snickers, Mars, Twix, maybe even a Bounty on this list, right? I'll treat myself every now and again. Because they're the main ones, I always think I'm bored of them, but then I have like one every couple of years and I'll be like, that's the most delicious thing I've ever had. The simple things. Can only do a nugget when it's like it is in the nougat, sorry, when it's is like it is in the double decker with the crunchy bits. I like a bit of nougat there, the white stuff from a Milky Way. Even it's a bit chewier there. They're here, tick, tick, exactly. No worries, Tony, it's a good question. Have you ever seen anything strange yourself? How do you feel on the phenomenon? You don't have to be a believer to be here. We don't mind all sorts of opinions as well. Oh, Turkish Delight. I used to really like Turkish Delight, but it's now getting a bit floral for me. I'm not sure what's gone up with my palette there. Could be energy? Could be there. Turkish Delight. I bet no one remembers them. Yes, I remember them. Yeah, it's gone a bit floral for me, though, there. Tick, tick, thank you for the heart there. Right, let me scroll back up in the YouTube, the chat, to see what I can see where I was here. Oh, my God, this chat is so tiny, and it won't let me make it any bigger. It's so frustrating. Sorry, guys, it's why you get left behind. Trying to find out where I am there. What's this? You're talking about me there. I just like the fact that he gets told off from TikTok when he accidentally reads them out. I do. It's funny when he does read them out. I got no problem saying it, but TikTok, yeah, the other day threw me a hate speech violation there, Raf. His PC gone mad and whipped that to there. Oh, I'm waiting for something. Waiting for something to do. Obvious. Oh no, we've done that one, didn't we? How did I miss the other message before then? Doing great down here, man. This is Fred, just watching you for UFO, and let's love. Take it, love to you as well there, Fred. Thank you, that's very, very kind. Good, I do love our little community there. if I can find the Jerusalem one again, I'll shove it up on the Discord. Oh, perfect, Raph. Thank you for that. And saw it on a new documentary. Zoomed in, and they outlined what looked like two small beings with one larger one behind. That is one of those ones that you go, it's got to be too good to be true. Like, you're not saying it's fake or anything, but like, oh, that's a nice bright one coming in, guys. Keep coming through about here. But like, I'm thinking, is it that we're looking so hard at the detail? Maybe we're seeing, because it's just a cracking one, isn't it? There, it is such a good one, that Turkey UFO one there. Moments when the astronauts panicked, then blocked the camera view. You hear about the shenanigans going on. AUP will know this. What's there been potential for them seeing things? Clear footage of multiple orbs on the 30th of June there in 2025. Said, oh, perfect, whipped out. Appreciate that. And the moon is a quarter of Earth size, 1.2% its mass. That is one of the things there. You know, it's nowhere near as much. And when they landed the Apollo rockets on there, they put the old seismographs on there, and they noticed when they took off and things that it rang like a bell. Like it's not fully hollow, but hollow. You know, like there is maybe a honeycomb structure in there, and then you look at the soft material that's covering the outside of it, which again is a bit weird. The amount that there is, again, has been hollowed out. You know, and again, this is long shot stuff, but it is a bit strange. It is a question that I can't answer. There. I used to have a book of all the old wives' tales in it there. The Mary Celeste, yes, spontaneous combustion. Oh, that picture of the woman's leg that was singed. I don't know, Loch Ness. And then after that came the X-Files. I was hooked. The Outer Limits, Twilight, etc. Raph, I think it was a book like that for me. I can never remember what it is. I have come up with good suggestions of what it could be, but I'm still on the hunt. I need to order that and confirm if it is. What was your entry, guys, into the weird world that we are all enjoying tonight there? Oh, yeah, what's that? Moon was not created by collision because... I can't see the other half of it. Damn, because... what's the other bit's missing there? There was previously, they did think it was the accretion, the standard accretion, wasn't it? Before that. Baldy asked Fraud if she's tried the paprika yet. What's this, Kate? Paprika what? Can you have that? Is that allowed? We found the alien agenda, and it's not good there. Rumours echoing into the future of burgers. I never expected to create a species that created burgers. And I've already eaten 7 kilograms of Sour Patch Kids and 100 cream eggs this year. I mean, this year, that's fine. That's fine this year. I thought that's tonight there, whipped out. You always get left out because it's so tiny. It doesn't allow me to make it any bigger. And I also don't get to see when you're having chats. On TikTok, you can at each other, but on here, I don't know when I have to spend ages trying to find the comments that are for me there. Let me scroll back up over on the TikTok, guys. Where was I with you? Let's have a look. We were discussing Turkish delight there, wasn't we? Yeah, I can't really do the Milky Way because of the texture. Really? The texture. I like the texture. We've got another one coming in there, and you've got the pitch again. If there's a correlation there, mate, look, here's a bright one. Does this do it? It'd be very interesting there. And I read an article that said a Nestle chocolate will no longer use real chocolate after this. I wouldn't be surprised. They're always trying to pull something, aren't they? Look at A and a beef eye of stars and an odd shape. Actually, those ones are, aren't they? That's a nice bright one there coming across the screen. A substitute. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Agent X. Sadly. And there, Harko, thank you for the gift there. Appreciate that. We'll go back into stream there. My ear is whistling more than usual. So we've got 2 of you guys that are picking up on these. They're all flash in A2. Right, keep your eyes, because stationary flash can be anomalous there. Keep your eyes on A2 there. I told you exactly. And I haven't got whistling, but I've got the pulsing thump again. Interesting. Is it, guys, for the other, and the Maya seems to be connected with the action on the screen. So for you guys, is it peaking up when we're getting action? I love honeycomb, but it depends. Oh, yeah, I can't have anything too hard. Teeth aren't up to that there. Oh, Nightmare, thank you for joining us as always. Hopefully the hay fever won't be so bad tomorrow. I think it's going to get cold again. I've been binge watching Outer Limits this week. I forgot how good that it was. It's one that I've seen on occasions. That I've dabbled in the Outer Limits there. Better than garlic and lemon juice. Okay, there you go, Raph. It's better than garlic and lemon juice. Sorry, wrong hole there. Naomi there. Oh, sorry if it's already been mentioned, but what's the light flashing in the top corner of A2? So don't apologise, it's a good question. There, and if you've got it, it means I haven't said it enough. So, right, A2. Should we have a look in on this one? So, A2. Which did you say? It was the top corner. Okay, so probably around here. Is this where you other guys were seeing the flash from as well? So the short answer is I don't know. But flashing is anomalous, or can be very anomalous. So you might be well on that one, Naomi. Be spotting. So let's see if we can see a flash. Did anybody get a timer on it there? Ah, Pierre, welcome aboard. I'm going to zoom back out so we've got the full picture. I don't want to miss the other stuff, but keep spotting, guys, for around A1, A2 area for this stationary flash. It can be very anomalous. Some of our best sightings have been like that. And Beerbuster, I had the book and it was called Freaks. I mean, straight to the point back in the day. They didn't soften the words, did they, at all? I got a couple of contenders for what the book was for me, but I'm not fully confident yet. But I just remember it being a really big, thick blue hardback, but there was definitely a blue dust cover on it. There, black and white text, and inside there, how you doing, Crunchy? Oh yes, Crunchy is delicious. Yes, I read that as a name then. Rachel spotted the flashing as well. There, you never liked Turkish delight there. If they did a chicken oxo flavoured Turkish delight, you'd be all over that there. And oh, I saw it. I just saw the flash, but not on my big monitor. Bollocks. I have to go back to that one there. If we were going to colonize the moon, it would need to be in a cave or a sheltered for meteorite. Well, that is a very good point there. You know, no atmosphere to give us any sort. Well, there's minimal atmosphere to give us any sort of impact protection there. It's like bullets raining down on you, especially when you go for like the sort of the meteor shower times. You know, you would need to consider that there. But I suppose generally as well, just for temperature insulation, the main reason they have white spacesuits on the moon, right, is to reflect that light back, because if they didn't, the astronauts would cook when they're in sunlight and then freeze when they're not. It's a weird place. Space be cold unless you're in the direct unprotected rays of the sun. So it's another one to consider. Good spot in there, Rachel, and Carl in there as well, and caught a UFO on video. Bang on the bells of New Year's Day. I bet that is a bad time for them, wouldn't it? You know, oh, let's have a look at the humans today. Oh, what the getting shot at. But you got it on video. I'd love to see that video if you've got it digitally to share there. Defo, they've got it there. Everyone back. Blue Nose has spotted it. Okay, we'll zoom back in on that one there. Rob as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? I'm just going to scroll up there. A4 and B4 movement. Excellent. We've got a nice bright one up here. Let's zoom in here.
Zoom mode activated.
Got this one coming down. And then we go look out for the flash. How long were the flash intervals there? This is the universe alive there. So, is that what's his name? I think there was a chap doing a similar sort of thing actually that was called that. What was his name there? Oh, B2 Fred, good spotting. There's a bit of a delay on the YouTube though, so probably a bit late there. But let's have a look. Right. So, there's another bit of movement there. So we're looking for the flash. I did see it. Where was it? It was about here. I think I saw it. I'm going to zoom in on that. What was the time on it there? How often was the flash? Once every minute or something there? And They are UFOs when you see them in motion. They're good point. Definitely, it's the motion that will help us filter them apart there, because otherwise it's just stars there. And B2 there, bottom left corner of B2. Oh, no, actually for you, that's the same as the flash. Oh, look, got 2 movement here. There. This was a Reader's Digest Langley's. It might have been something like that. Really reflective. Possibly. That's a nice scream. I'm going to zoom in. I still want to know what the frequency of the flashing is. Right. Where are we? So it's around here. So this somewhere around here, guys, is going to be the flash, where the flash was. So let's see if we can get... Oh, flash again. Damn it. Just missed it. Okay, so however long from now, there. Coloured it as large flashes, then small one. So that would imply that its different surfaces are reflecting different amounts there. So if you guys haven't seen the demonstration, right, see how, look, this dish there, it reflects that light back, and then it rotates, gets dark, flash, dark, flash. That is what's happening. There's something out there that is rotating slowly and flashing back, and if it's giving us different brightnesses, then that will mean that, you know, one area is highly reflective, and then there's another bit that's less reflective, and then not at all, then highly, then not. You know, it'd be something like that to do with the shape of the craft. It can tell you bits about it. That is if it's explainable. If it's a satellite and something like that, then it's just reflecting that light's back, and that's when all this explanation comes into play. But if it is a little bit stranger there, UFOs might actually emit light themselves there, which makes that very strange. What is it? Is it the engines powering up in that case? Let's see if we can spot to this there. Oh, a blue flash, Carl. Harco, my fat ass read that as onion. I'm like, yeah, onion rings. How you doing, Debster? Looking out for this anomalous flash. It's a good condensed patch there. Oh, small flash in a C3. Okay. Keep my eyes peeled there. Good one, Naomi. So, remember guys, tomorrow we won't have a Skywatch or a UFO stream, but we will be doing a little bit earlier in the day, sometime between probably 6:30 and 7-ish. We're going to be going live with The Quest, which is our weird dungeon adventure. You're our guinea pig audience for that. We've got another installment of that, so hopefully guys you can all join us live for that one. Sadly at the second it is only on TikTok, so tubers, you'll have to find us on TikTok for that one, but it should be coming later on in the month to the other platforms there as well. Oh, there's a bit of faint movement coming through there, but yeah, it's nothing to do with aliens, but I would appreciate you there to give us feedback so we know how to improve it. So we're piloting it at the minute, and the view that it's going to go live with work. But yeah, it's very strange to join us for that one. It's a little bit of something different. How long was the flash cycle, do you reckon, guys? There's a bright one coming in as well. Friday, though, we'll be on for Summit, and then we'll be doing our deep dive at 11 PM. We're going to be looking at the Condign report there, which was the UK government report, I think in the late 90s, early 2000s sort of ish time there, looking into the UFO, UAP phenomena. Very interesting read through, so we're going to be starting on that one. If you want to join us for that, link in bio gives you a link to the Patreon there for free for a month, so you better join us for that and another deep dive and watch the past ones back there. I haven't seen the flash. I saw it out the corner of my eye on the other screen. How did I miss it? I was looking at it. So it's on a slow rotation there of a couple of minutes. I'm going to zoom back out, so make sure we're not missing something major. But very, very anomalous. It's always this part of the, even if we are in a different position, you know, when we are different positions in the sky, it's always these grids that have the stationary flashing. That is very, very strange indeed. Where's my cursor? There, Raf's top chocolate bars there. Munchies number 1, Kinder Bueno number 2, Milky Way crispy rolls, yeah, and Lindt, and then Twix. I mean, they're a fair shout. They're a fair shout. So that's how Stonehenge was built. They borrowed UFOs there. I mean, maybe. I mean, I could see Prehistoric Man doing it, but I definitely want more of an explanation about their culture to explain it there. If they didn't have the will, but they could do all of that sort of stuff there. It moves through space there. The thing seen from space. Yeah, this is it. It is the movement there. And there are lots of strange things up there. Like when people say, well, if there were aliens, we would know about it. Again, there would be evidence. There's a hell of a lot of evidence. Now, evidence doesn't mean conclusive. 100% this is definitely, and it doesn't work like that, you know, with a court case either. In our legal systems, you know, you have to put various degrees of evidence together to present a case of plausibility. But there is loads of evidence. There's loads of anomalies that we haven't resolved that could well be signs of extraterrestrials there. They are really fast, I think so. And Oscar, how you doing there? What telescope is this? So, surprisingly, it's not actually a telescope. It's a Sony digital camera, and it's just a very good lens. So for something like this, we want to actually have as much of the sky in shot as possible. So we just want like a normal, in fact, we want quite a wide angle lens there. We want as much in, because we never know where the action's going to be. But I do want a telescope. I just know nothing about them. There, Naomi as well. Thank you for the follow there. Appreciate that. Where in the world are you based there? UFOs do indeed exist in space there. So apparently there, Pierre, apparently we can see them moving. So yeah, there is evidence of that. There are anomalies of movement up there. But apparently in space, the term is, I think it's fast walker. That is the official term for it. A UFO is technically only a UFO when it's in our atmosphere. I didn't know this. But yeah, apparently the official term, or the term that they use in the military, is fast walker when it's up in space, when it's outside of our atmosphere. That's, you know, their code names for them. Technically, it's still a UFO, though, isn't it? An unidentified flying object. Oh, that's an orange one. Oh, it's just off the screen. Yeah, very strange. And for the submariners, apparently it's a fast mover as well. If they're under the water, if they're sonar pings and stuff there. Did I just see the flash? There. If the flash is always in the same position, does that suggest the object is locked with Earth's orbit? Yes, it does, which is very, very strange, because there's only certain places that you can really do that. It takes a lot of energy to do it there. The geostationary satellites, which we use to do that, mainly for our television, they have to be around the equator to achieve that. It's actually very, very strange. And also, if it is going to all that effort to be locked with us there, to match our speeds, rotation there, to look like it's in the same place, but yet it's physically rotating itself to therefore give us that flash. Very, very strange there. And let's have a look. Get one, you still know nothing about them because you won't read the manual. 100%. Oh, that's a bright one. I'll be asking you, Kate, what does this one do? Kate. Ah, it's fading out now. That's a shame. That was nice and bright. It's probably where the Earth shadow is coming in, guys. Fading them out. I ain't got the money for one, though. It's going to be a while yet. But you're right. I did have to start and then learn a little bit. There's a bit of movement. Keep your eyes on it, guys. There. And Oscar, Jupiter is really visible today there. I could be wrong, but I believe it's in between A2 and B2. Oh, let me have a look at my alignments there. So I don't think you're far wrong, Oscar. So I think Jupiter is, if I move the camera, hold your hats, I think it's that big bright one. Because you're right, it is very bright, and that is where we are pointing the camera, but I think it's the big bright purple one, actually. Sorry, I just remember we were looking for the flash. It's alright, we can put it back in a minute. I remember where that was. But this is actually probably a busier part of the night sky here, so keep your eyes peeled there. So good spot in there, Oscar. And Sean Locke there, it was easy to see what was anomalous 30 years ago because we didn't have drones or Starlink. Oh, totally right. You know, it makes it harder, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like, we now have all of this equipment that, you know, a drone now with LiDAR, we can independently go out there and scan those ancient sites and go, hey, hold on a minute, lads, summit's up here. Look at how straight these edges are. Look at these precise measurements there. So it adds to us, you know, in that sense. But then, you know, drones and their movement can account for some of the sightings that we see now, so it makes it harder in that sort of sense as well, doesn't it? It's a very strange time there are still things that we can do to filter it out, but you're right, it does make it harder. So in fact, now that, well, a lot of the movement that we're going to see tonight, most of it is going to be Starlink there. It's going to be other satellites there as well. But if we see it do something strange, like stop dead, shoot off at speed, change course and trajectory, anything like that, satellites 100% can't do that. And we're quite zoomed in. Drones appear much larger because of how far zoomed in we are. So we can kind of filter it out like that. But it's quite a strong filter there, because anything moving around up there is going to be reflecting the sun's light back to us there. And the straightest point, well, the most efficient point from A to B is a straight line. So ET going in a straight line is going to look very much like Starlink to us as well. So we're probably filtering them all out, you know, throwing the good out with the bad there. But yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, without those strict rules there. And Oscar, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Manuals are overrated there. Watching a demonstration on YouTube is far superior. It is, but I have to get to a certain level of frustration before I'll even do that. And the thing is, now it's easier for anything odd to blend in. You are totally right. Most people wouldn't even entertain, just because there are so many satellites up there. That's the easier go-to. You know, it does make it a lot harder. And we see this as well in the Radio SETI community, even back in the day, because obviously radio has always been an issue of how noisy things are there. But because man-made interference is possible, and we're very active in radio, they will default to any anomalous signal. That's probably interference, probably a satellite, and that's not scientific. They just don't look half of the time there. And John Law there, I seen something strange last night in the sky. Looked like a comet, but real slow and glittery. Now, glittery is very interesting there. So you're right with the speed. Comets are quite fast normally. There is a range of speeds, but normally anything, comets, meteors, anything like that coming in to the Earth's atmosphere is at a certain speed range there. You kind of get an idea for that. We saw something once that reminded me a bit of a meteor coming in, a meteorite burning up, but it was too slow. It was really weird. Really weird. There, whereabouts was that sighting, John? Thank you for sharing there. And I caught a photo using a long exposure of 10 seconds using my phone camera. I caught a really long star there, like a bright needle. So that's something you'll notice, actually, like when we zoom in on some of these. Actually, I don't know if they're going fast enough at the minute, but I mean, see how that's slightly elongated, it's pill-shaped, it's stretched out a bit there because of that frame rate and the speed. But sometimes you see them, they are a little bit longer there. You can actually see that in action, and we tend to see that come up as well with the shooting stars, with the meteorites coming in. Like, it will just appear, like the whole line will appear because of the speed of the camera's frame. And how do we have constellations that stay the same when we are wiggling around with everything always moving? I don't know, Kate. Like, I cannot get my head around that. It's like how the old sailors would navigate by, you know, the constellations. Like, my brain, I can't visualize how they do it. Does not compute. Obviously it does, but it's beyond me. There, and the only way to know these days is if it lands right in front of you. It makes it harder. We now need that literal proof. I mean, if we were to get, say, watch one of these objects move across the screen there, and it just stopped dead and change its trajectory, do a right angle, that is pretty definitive there, because as they, like drones, you know, we know drones. Well, you know, when they come over, they're much bigger than these sort of things. Same as planes as well. You can see when it's a plane. So these objects that we're looking at now are in the atmosphere there, or the low Earth orbit. So if that does anything straight, then we know pretty sure like that. But yeah, a lot of the time now, especially with things like AI, it is very difficult. Newport, wow, was there not far from us. I took a photo, but it came out as a bright long line. I mean, trying to understand, isn't it? Like, you know, exposure and all this sort of stuff, and working in low light. It's a whole science to it there. Hard to see with the eye, but just caught a glimpse of it. This is crazy. Like all the stuff that we're seeing now, there's more up there. It's just there. It's dim. It's too dim for even this lens to pick it up. This lens picks up about 2.5 times what the human eye can see. So we're seeing more than if I was just outside looking up. But it's still not everything that's up there. And do you have a Discord or anything there? Could send you. Oh, that would be perfect. Also, we exactly do have a Discord for that. There you go. Link in the bio there. Really cool community over on our Discord. We've got a personal experiences section there for things, the phenomena. We've even got a media tab, so definitely images you capture. We love a little bit of astrophotography as well. Anything spacey, you're very, very welcome over there. Although I am very behind on it, but I'm going to have to catch up at some point there. If Flash is always... Oh, no, I've done that one there. And Pierre, what are those white dots that are moving? Brilliant, brilliant question. So most of them are going to be satellites up there. You know, Starlink, spy satellites, everything like that you can think of. There's, I think, about 16,000 of them up there at the minute. Most of them are Starlink. They're just flying around on their straight orbit, their straight path circling the globe. And on every pass, they get slightly closer. They're falling to Earth in a big circle there. So we have to try and filter them out. Now, you can track some of them, but it is a pain in the arse. So that is why we're following them when they come across the screen there, and we're keeping our eyes peeled. Because if it does that anomalous behaviour there, if it changes its speed, if it changes its course or its trajectory there, does a right angle turn, the interstellar handbrake turn, anything like that will indicate to us that it is not a satellite. Because satellites can't do that. They have to follow the boring, straight paths at consistent speeds. So that is for us like the eureka moment. But there are other things that can be anomalous. We've seen weird colours. Remember, these things are just reflecting that sun's light back to us. So they aren't meant to be a wide range of colours here. But we've seen flashing blues and greens, reds and orange, you name it. We've seen all sorts of weird things up there. It's harder to say definitively that that isn't a weather phenomena or something like that. But yeah, we can definitely say that it's anomalous there. Oh, Night Night Wrath, thank you for joining us there. The UFO white dot, he travels across the universe there. You never know, might be travelling. You never know where these ones might have come from. I do find it amazing to think that you're looking at all of these dots that we can see on the screen right now. And they are other stars like our sun. Some bigger, some smaller, some brighter, some duller, hotter and cooler, etc. But they're all big fusion reactions in the sky, mostly speaking. And they're all going to have multiple planets around them. There could be, let's pick a dot. Let's pick this one right here. Now, just looking at this one right now, there could be a planet in orbit that is looking back at us, looking at the light from our pale star to them, thinking, I wonder if there's life around that star out there. And you know what? The more that we're looking, the more that we are seeing that the universe is probably quite alive. There are lots of anomalies going on there we cannot explain. I think the universe is going to be as diversely filled with life as Earth is here. There you go, got some movement here. Oh, bollocks, sorry guys. So what's happening, let's try and get this a bit more in shot without getting too seasick here, is the object's up there in low Earth orbit now. The sun may have gone round for us, so it's dark, but it's not fully round behind the Earth yet. So if you're something that's off the surface, you can still catch that light from the sun to reflect back to us until it goes fully round and is blocked by the Earth. So, like, you know, if you think of it like this, like that, it's catching that light in front of me there as it's going, but reflecting that light back to us. Now, satellites, space junk, or ET, they're all going to reflect that light back in a very similar way. So we don't fully know what it is that we are looking at there. Where is the thing here? And Bob Lazar theorized the top deck inside the UFO was looking out to the stars from multiple directions, triangulating its position in the cosmos. 100%, yeah. So he said he hadn't been up there, but that's what like they thought it was there. It was to kind of always know its position. I wonder how that works though, because obviously the stars look different depending on where you are. So it would have to know every version of every version. But, I mean, I liked the craft. I thought that was pretty cool to see inside during that one there. And man is incapable of travelling like an unknown species that roams the cosmos. I mean, could you imagine if there are, like, you know, if the space is like the ocean, and there are people that just spend their time out on it there, creatures that live within it, how cool would that be? Over back to the TikTok now, let's have a look. And John, can I send my photo on Discord? 100%, everybody is welcome there, definitely so. Link is in our top of our bios, both on TikTok and YouTube and Twitch, there to join it. Now, if you do have trouble, some people, like, the link should work, should take you straight to our page, but if it doesn't, you have to copy the text from the link and paste it into a browser, and then that kind of works for people. But you all are welcome to join there. We also do an alien movie club. You can talk to Alan, our glorious leader, when you're on there, just /ALEN, and then you can just type your message and have a chat with Alan. He's very rude, I have warned you there. But we also do an alien movie club, so once a month we'll vote on a film that's alien themed there, and we've picked Paul for this month, and then we watch it normally the last Friday of the month at 10 p.m. UK time. So we have to, I think this one's is it on Netflix or Amazon Prime, can't remember. We basically press play on our own TVs or whatever, but we chat along in the Discord. So you're welcome to join us for that one as well. There, the date should come up at some point in there. Oscar, you've requested. I don't know what it's meant to be, an open invite, but some people it asks for it, and some people it just puts straight in. 2 seconds. Let me fix that for you there. Remember. Oh, we got 2 of you. Right. Approve. Approve. There you go, guys. Should be approved for you there. And, oh, how much did your full setup cost? Oh, it's one of those things that, like, you just add to constantly over time, then you replace the other thing, then you replace the other thing, and then, and there's still a million more things I need to do to replace, to improve it there. But you can get started probably about 500 quid there, something like that, to get to a rolling. If you want to stream it, then that's extra money, because there's a lot of computing power. My cousin there is an astronomy... It's an astronomer there, and he still doesn't believe in UFOs, and he said there are 50,000 in the UK, and not one has wrote a book on aliens and UFOs there. It's very interesting. Why does a lot of mainstream science, especially people like that who spend their time looking and staring at the stars, why do they, not all of them, believe? In fact, it's disproportionately, they mostly don't. And this is where psychology comes into it a lot here. Scientists, by definition, what they're doing is they're looking at the really small, and then they're looking at that small and pushing it slightly to the next level. All of their focus, they are looking at that pinpoint, they're heavily focused on it, which means that science itself is very bad at noticing connections and broad patterns, whereas that's what we do. We're noticing patterns here. So when we're saying, look, we're seeing these objects in the sky, maybe they're little green men coming from Zeta Reticuli, we are guaranteed to be wrong to some degree there. But it's not binary yeses or nos. It's, okay, maybe they are coming from another planet, but just not Zeta Reticuli. Maybe they are, just not the mainstream there. It's very interesting. A lot of the scientific understanding, especially if you're not in the specific sciences as well, this is mainstream science actually thinks life is out there. Life is probably abundant in the universe. They don't necessarily know if it's complex life, but they do think it's abundant. But when you talk to a scientist that isn't in, astrobiology or anything like that, they will still go. They still think that life isn't common. Like they're behind. They haven't got the update because they're not in that frame of science. They're following the old model, and that came from when we didn't know if those other stars had planets around them, and we've recently discovered yes, they do, which is a bit logical. They do have that. So now we know statistically life is likely. So the science is brilliant, but it's also incredibly siloed. So science is awful at not understanding that it doesn't know everything. Like, it's really weird. It's brilliant at learning new things, but it's useless at identifying what it doesn't already know. Like, because that science works from what is known to the next step, and then it doesn't think there is until there are those other steps. If something's 10 steps ahead, that's as good as not true to science. It's not very functional in those areas. So it's always really, really interesting. Like, we get a lot of... And look, I don't know what the objective truth is there. Like, how many civilizations are out there? Are there any? Are they visiting us? Where are they from? Don't know the answers to those things. We've all got our theories, and the chances that any one of us are going to be 100% correct is very slim. But it does look like there is so many anomalies there, like that we see in the sky visually, that we detect in radio. People are always saying, where is the evidence of aliens? And I was watching like a scientific podcast with somebody, a scientist who I think is really on the money and really, really good. And it came out with that, but we would have thought that we would have picked up some alien radio signals by now, which is a line that you hear a lot. If they're out there, why are we not detecting them? The problem is, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of anomalous radio signals that are detected more and more frequently over time. But science goes, right, we can't confirm that it's alien because we don't have the technology yet to get the detail to push it over the line. It's very anomalous. We can't prove that it's organic. So we'll just say it's probably interference from Earth. And look, there will be a lot of it. There will be interference from Earth. But they're guessing, which isn't scientific. And then they'll come out with a statement, well, where are all the signals? Well, we've got a fuck ton of candidate signals there. So it's a very good point there, Michelle's. Very good point. You know, why do people do that? But I think overly it is because it's quite that type of mind, very intelligent, but also very, very focused and not looking at the bigger context. They rely on the consensus and what everybody else is saying for that one there. And did you have to answer a question? What was the question? I don't remember saying the question there. Alan is just rude. He's offensive there as well. Could you look at your photo there? Yeah, put it in the middle. I'll have a look now. For that one. Hello, Alan.
He's trying to give you the finger.
He doesn't have fingers.
He doesn't have fingers.
Right, let's have a look. Where is the media tab? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. You're right, darling.
I'm very tired.
You going to bed?
I'm going to leave Otis out, though, so he can watch you on the screen.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you, darling. Oh, that's it's very warm in here, isn't it? There.
It is very warm.
Ah, that's good. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that is. It's like a line, isn't it? So, do you think that is that the exposure that's causing that? You know, so it's the one image essentially that's been, and then because it's moving, it's drawing the line there. Or do you think it's a lined craft? Sometimes you see like Starlink gives that sort of effect because when they're very close together and they haven't separated out to the eye, it looks like a line. It's a very good image. Thank you for sharing that one there. Tori as well, how are you doing there? Oh, sorry, I'm a bit behind there, Angie, but keep up the good spotting. Weren't on the side right there. And my petition passed. Oh, excellent there. And it's live now on the government website. It took us a long there, but couldn't wait to tell. Tori, a brilliant one. What's the link? I don't know if it would TikTok allow you to put it in there, but do try so people can see it there. It's another disclosure one there. Very well done. The more people like yourselves putting in the effort there to push that needle forward over there, it's brilliant there. And Michelle, thank you for the brilliant question. I hope it didn't come across as a nag, because I tend to nag when I talk about academia or science there. But I don't. I have a lot of appreciation for like that community there. It's just... we need to appreciate the value of the other side, I think, a lot of the time. Like, they don't appreciate us and we don't appreciate them half the time. There. So we need to kind of know what tool to use in the right situation, I think, there. But it's a brilliant, brilliant question. And what are the two dots flying across the screen? So I was a bit delayed, sorry, on a few messages behind, but probably satellites. I haven't seen anything anomalous lately there. We did have the anomalous flashing earlier, which was pretty cool there. And Deck there, what's the best the best telescope to buy for a beginner? That is a question I have as well. I think, is it Celestron? I probably pronounced that wrong. A good brand to start with. That's where I intend to start. But this isn't a telescope, actually. It's just a digital camera with a good lens there. So it's an area that I want to get into as well, Deck, there. But I think a few people in the chat could probably jump in and let you know some there. And John, yes, as it was very dim and not as bright as a star to the eye, but was that pic on the pic. I like that. It's hard to tell, isn't it? And we come across this quite a lot when we're doing this. We can definitely find things here that you go, well, it's not weather, it's not a shooting star. I'm very sure it's not a satellite, but what is it? How do we take it to the next level there? How do we figure out what it actually is? It's very, very difficult there. And Dunya as well, there, Mikhails as well. Thank you guys for the gifts. Appreciate those. So it all goes back into the stream there. Harco as well. And Sean as well. I don't think I've... Donnie says, well, God, I've missed so many gifts there. Sorry, guys, but do appreciate all of those. Helps us improve what we're doing there. Where are we in the chat? Sorry, it's jumped ahead on me now. Where are we there? Oh, it wasn't a question that I don't understand how he hasn't seen anything or doesn't believe. I think psychology plays a bigger part in it than we would think with this. You know, it's the type of mind, how people think. And you see it in people, left and right hemispheres. We have the two big old parts of our brain there for very good reasons. Like, one allows us to focus, it's detail orientated, allows us to focus on our prey and get tonight's dinner. The other part is bigger, big picture, keeps the other eye on the environment to make sure that we're not somebody else's dinner whilst we're looking at ours. And certain people will become stronger in one area than the other. More creative, arty people, normally, you know, more right hemisphere, more analytical, academic people, more left hemisphere. And neither will appreciate the value of the other there, but it's just a dependency on the type of how that person's mind is more analytical versus not. And I totally but sometimes people don't see the wood through the trees, do they? There, you know, they really don't, and that is a lot of the issues that there is, you know, with science. You know, the amount of things in science there where, like, I mean, people like Einstein as well, they were bashing their heads against the wall for a very long time with their theories that we now not only are, you know, the fundamental component to our understanding of reality there, but, you know, he really had to, you know, bang his head against the wall because the mainstream scientific community doesn't like change. They're incredibly biased. They treat it a lot like religion as well. But it might also be a part that he might not have seen anything because, and this is why when people ask, just come up there like, you know, what telescope is this? They assume it's a telescope, and understandably so. We're looking at the stars, but we use a camera because it's a big, wide lens. We're looking at a lot of the sky at once. Where if we were using a telescope, we'd be looking at one star really, really, really closely. So that is a perfect example of why, you know, he's probably looking at those stars, those nebulae, very, very closely. But that means that his field of view, he's not going to probably see a lot of anomalous things moving around. You know, that sort of thing. Because at those distances, a UFO versus a nebula or a star is going to be tiny, you're not going to see it. It's only up close that we're going to see it. So it might be that practical part of it as well there. And Danielle there just saw a bright light in the sky for a few seconds, and it was gone in a few seconds. Very interesting. There wasn't any colour to it there as well. Thank you for sharing that. And Tori as well, bless you too. Thank you for that. And I love any questions, guys. Ask away there, because it's an opportunity for us all to learn. If you've got the question, somebody else in the chat will be curious as well. I'm grateful that you put your head up and answered there. But surprisingly, I don't know that much. And it's an opportunity for me to learn as well, because one of you guys will know the answer there. For a second, it becoming smaller and smaller. Interesting. I don't know what that could be. That does sound quite anomalous there. And do you play space games there? Currently deep into Kerbal. Funnily, you should say that, Oscar. We do. So when it's a cloudy night, guys, when we can't get the camera out, we do this. We do an alien radio signal hunt there. We use a big radio telescope dish there to point to the night sky, and we listen on the frequency called the hydrogen line, which is where scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that's where they'd put the messages, where a lot of anomalous radio signals have been heard in the past there. Josie, thank you for the gift there. So we do that on the cloudy nights. But over the winter, or just typical British weather, we can sometimes do a good few days in a row where we're doing that, and that isn't as action-packed. They're much rarer, those radio signals. Not like tonight where we're getting all the movement, and then every now and again we get an anomalous one. You know, you're edge of your seats watching the screen there. They're a little bit slower, but it's good to get together as a group. But once we've done about 4 of those in a row, I tend to get quite tired of it. So that's when we dip into space or alien-themed games there, and Kerbal is one that we have been playing a bit there. Useless at it, but that has been fun. And yeah, so we will be doing Kerbal again, I think probably soon. I'm sure we're due for a bit of crap weather, so that will happen, I think, quite quickly there. And above the Netherlands, beautiful part of the world there. Lots of activity there. Not seen something like that in your life. So this is the thing, isn't it? We know at an intuitive level. We've had a lifetime of looking up and casually seeing a plane fly across the sky of various sizes. We've seen lights, candles, flares, fireworks our entire life, and it all goes into the subconscious, into that intuitive gut understanding. And then sometime you do look up there and you will see something strange there, and sometimes we don't have the words to articulate it there. We'll say it's a light in the sky and it was doing this, it was doing that. But it's really hard to convey that what is strange. What in our gut is telling us that this is actually different to the lights that we've seen previously. Well, I've got 3. 1, 2, 3 there at once. Now, keep your eyes on these guys, because Even if they're going straight, they can just at the last minute turn or change their speed or their course. So keep your eyes. So I think that was beautifully put there, Danielle. Where's my cursor gone? Oh my god, this is useless. Let's have a look there. You missed much. We've had a couple of interesting ones tonight, Lee. We've had a couple of interesting, weird, flashing colours and things there. And Kate, expected delivery between a 10:15 and a 2:15. Kate, perfect. And hopefully that'll be before Leanne leaves as well for the quest. So I'm very excited for that one. I did wonder today, I was like, has it got lost? I hope not. I was thinking. But yeah, that should be perfect before Leanne leaves the office there. Harko, thank you for the gifts there, sir. I should actually have a look at yours whilst I've got Discourse open, haven't I? There. And deactivated gorilla there. I mean, that's one way of talking about Harambe, isn't it there? Have you seen a weird faint thing in the sky moving yesterday? And apparently that was space junk. I haven't actually, but space junk, and it can be weird. It can present things. There was recently, I don't know, was it last year, that there apparently is this weird spiral effect was seen in the night sky. You see images of it and you go, bloody hell, that looks weird. It looks like a galaxy, but like within our atmosphere. Insane. Apparently that was to do with a SpaceX launch, and we were seeing that over here in the UK, so it definitely can there be seen. It's Thursday now for you, Harko. I should probably check, shouldn't I? Let's have a look on the Discord there. Let's catch up there with your images. What's that one Ben's looking at there? Ooh. Oh god, there's so many I've missed in here, guys. I knew I was behind, but not this far behind. Sorry, guys. Been sending us messages. Where is Harko? Ah, there you are, Harko. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a serious scope. Ah, that's good shots. What a thing. Oh, I want a dome like that. That would be so cool if we had a permanent dome. We could just open the hatch up and point it to the night sky. I think that would be pretty cool. Where are we there? And it was much brighter than the stars in the sky. And that's why I looked at it. And this is, it's hard to convey in it, but it, you know, it's there. And where are we there? And this bloody cult. How are you doing tonight? And level 23, well done. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are new here, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight there. And if you've got any questions, ask away. No silly questions here. So I'd love to hear from you there. And if you've had an experience, do feel free to share it there. I was thinking the same, but luckily it's tracked. So it's in Bristol right now. I'll go pick it up from work. Yeah, no, that should be enough time. Leanne will leave after that. I'll instruct her to. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Kate. And where are we? And whipped out there. Ah, Till John, I'm also from Newport as well. We're getting a little crew together there. And the Vatican said Einstein was doing Jewish science there. So that was one of the reasons they did think, isn't it, that why the Nazis didn't get it there. Because they didn't want to look at that. But that's a perfect point, is there are so many human things about us, all of our interpretation things, all of our biases, all of our blind spots, that, you know, when science, I've seen this going around a lot online recently. Neil deGrasse Tyson's going, I don't believe, I'm a scientist, I know, I don't just believe things. It's like, bollocks, you don't understand how your brain works. Belief is a function that everybody has and everybody needs to have to work in the world. We can't know everything all of the time. It's too many calories to that. We have to just put our faith in things, not necessarily of a traditional religious nature, but I have faith in the qualifications of the civil engineers that design the bridges that I go over on a train to work. I don't have to go, wait a minute, I need to test this bridge, put it under load and go, no, that's fine, and all of that sort of stuff. So, you know, we act with belief and faith all of the time. And science is just as bad for that as everybody else there. Mel, how are you doing today? We've got another clear sky tonight. We had some really brilliant flashing earlier. There. Oh, we got movement there, Daniel. Where is it? Oh, yes, there's a bit of faint movement on the sky. If it would work.
Zoom mode activated.
Where's it gone? It's faded out now. Oh, no, there's two here. Look. I don't know if you guys can see it. They're quite faint there and there. Yeah, no, it's quite faint on that one. Good spotting though, guys. It has quieted down a bit tonight, but I'm sure we'll still get some more action there. See dots moving. Do you have a I don't sadly have a telescope. I wish I did. That's the next hobby to go down. And I've been to Harbor, Arizona there, where Travis Walton was dumped back by the aliens. The night sky there is amazing, and things moving across the sky constantly. To be out somewhere like Arizona, like, amazing. Yeah, those clear skies, I'm very jealous of that. I thought being here in the heart of crop circle country is a good place, and it is. We see lots of activity, but imagine if you were out in one of the deserts there. How clear those skies were. That would be absolutely awesome. Thank you for sharing that one. And Teenage Gunners there, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. C2, Daniel, a bit far behind there. Sorry, matey. But keep up the good spotting. We'll zoom in on the good stuff there. And Mel, thank you for the star there. It's very, very kind. Harko coming in with the stickers. Appreciate that. And 70,000 likes. I do appreciate that, guys. All the likes, the shares, they do help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. You never know who's going to come in and share their experience with the phenomena, what stories they're going to tell us, and how that's going to all help us piece this puzzle together there. So to remember, guys, tomorrow we won't be on for our normal alien-related thing, but if you are about a bit earlier, about 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. UK time, we're going to be doing The Quest, which is totally not alien related. It's a green screen dungeon adventure, and it's silly. So if you want to see me look stupid doing silly things, you're our guinea pig audience, and you can let us know how good or how bad it is before it gets its own channel there. So we'd like to see you all over there for that as well. But that'll be a bit earlier tomorrow evening there. And Oscar, so glad I found you there. I feel like everyone looks at me weirdly for being entertained by space. Oscar, I feel you there. I don't know how people aren't entertained. And definitely growing up with the judgment of other people going, why are you so passionate about this thing? Why are you curious about that? And feeling the judgment of that. You know, I'm now at the age where I'm looking back at those people going, how are you not? Do you just not have brain cells? And I think the answer is that there isn't much going on between the eyes of those people. But we found the brilliant thing of the technology we have today is that we can meet each other, can't we? And we can all share our knowledge. We can learn and grow together. So we're in a lucky time. He's in the exact right place. Exactly there. Can't wait. The first one's funny. Hey, up. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I'll see you tomorrow, Lee, as well. So there's going to be some changes, but I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be bug fixes. Mostly bug fixes. So it should be a very similar quest-ish. But hopefully you'll be able to read the questions. It's not going to break. You'll be able to hear us and hear the sound effects this time, because when I watched it back, most of the sounds weren't playing. And all that sort of stuff there. There are some different rooms and different questions and different characters. But, yeah, it's not going to be that. The one in 2 weeks' time will be a full-on new quest. I don't know if we're going to do the story mode, the campaign, or if we're going to still do a standalone quest for that one. But the campaign, we've got, yeah, that's going to be good if we've got the patience to get there. And Oscar, one thing that annoys me is how people don't realise how significant the Artemis missions are. I think you're actually very, very right there. Brilliant choice of words there. How significant it is there. It's very easy to write these things off as, well, we've been to the moon before, what's the point? But getting ourselves back there, putting those foot forward to do that there, getting people to look up again, to consider it as an option. I mean, being interested in space and all this sort of stuff, it wasn't something that I was expecting to be as pleased with as I have there. But there is something about actually looking up to the moon and going, fuck, there's people up there now. There are people around that. We've not been able to say that since the 70s. So I think you're right. It's very, very significant, that. And just hope that it continues and that we can keep pushing it further and not take a break this time. So very right there. And there. Oh, D2 there. Let's have a look. Where is that one? D2. I think I'm a bit late. Sorry, it's the delay. Oh, there's a faint one in the middle there. I won't zoom in on that one because that's a bit faint. The time I zoom in, it'll go. But keep up the good spotting. The crew has learned so much more than the Apollo. I imagine they're going to have better instrumentation. What sort of things... I did watch an interview with the captain. He was telling us about all the important things that they were doing, but I've totally forgotten what they are. Do you remember what they are, Ayup? tubers as well there. You're all welcome to just sit there and watch and chill out, so that's totally cool. But if you have got any questions, feel free to ask away there. It goes to you as well. I know I'm a bit neglectful of your chat, but I will try to keep up a bit more. Oh, the light on A2 was an A1 a few seconds ago. Good. You know, we are moving around. So, like, you know, because slowly the stars move, so maybe it is the same light, but relative. I'll have to keep an eye out, see if we get that. Oh, that's a bright one. Hold on, let's zoom. Lots of activity here tonight there. We called it this time, didn't we, Danielle? Have they released the pictures yet? I saw a post from somebody saying, finally, we have good pictures. I'm assuming they have. And let's look at this star here. Actually, it might even be Jupiter, not a star. A traditional triangular star there. Lovely and purple. Very 80s. The other thing that we... I think we take for granted. Is that, you know, the fact that we're looking back in time, like the relativity here. And Lasma there, thank you for the shares. Do appreciate that. All of those shares, the likes, you guys tapping away diligently. It does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. But yeah, all that we're looking at here, we're looking at a snapshot of what that star looked like years ago. It takes a long time for that light to reach us, and you can think of that life as a Polaroid image and then being brought all the way from that star to Earth here. So if we take this star here, actually this one, and we'll say that this, and I have no idea which star it is, but we'll say it's Allen planet, Allen star, whatever, and it's 21 light years away, right? We'll say. Now that light left that planet, has travelled all the way across the galaxy here to the lens of this camera, in the sensor, down the wires to you there, but uninterrupted there. But it would have taken 21 years. So this is a snapshot, this is a Polaroid picture of what that star looked like 21 years ago. And so if 20 years ago that star just blew up, the Death Star came along, blew up the whole solar system there, if that blew up, we wouldn't know for another 21 years after that time there, you know, like this is, or we'd have to wait another year, sorry, to see it there, because, you know, that's it, it can happen, and we're used to things being very close and very connected, but over these distances, that there is no way that we could detect, could receive the signal that that star has disappeared until that light reaches us here on Earth, or the lack of light. You know, I think it was the sun's about 8.5 minutes in, you know, in light speed from us, so if the sun disappeared, magicked away, we wouldn't know for about 8.5 minutes are there. So it's crazy, and some of these are hundreds of thousands of light years, tens of thousands, like, you know, these are very, very far away. Oh, this is a bit of a flashy one. So we're looking back really, really, really far in time. It's getting a bit faint. Oh, it's getting brighter again. There we go. Wonder why that dimmed in the middle. Is it going to dim out again? Is it on a slow rotation? So that's anomalous. It's either flashing or it's not, but this is doing a bit of both. It's like it went through a shadowy bit. Interesting. Nice little cluster we've got on the edge of the screen here, look. What cluster did we decide this was, Kate? So yes, looking back in time. So what is the dinosaurs? 100 million years ago? So if there is a star, right, 100 million light years from us, and they're looking, and if their telescope was clear enough, if they had the resolution, they could look at, right now, our star, and they would see our planet with the dinosaurs on it, if their telescope was clear enough. You know, like that is to get your head around relativity there. And have you seen that they named the crater after the lead astronaut's wife? I did. I know, and it's so lovely, isn't it? Things like that to do there. Well, I mean, what sort of character is a person that can? Because he lost his mum, and then a month later his wife. What a character to still be then able to do and to focus and achieve those sorts of things there. And Oscar, the fact that they had a group hug to come from. Oh, I mean, that is quite something there. It is the Hercules constellation there. Now, are you willing to bet money on that, Kate? Oh, look like a red flash in C2. Okay, that is interesting. So normally, occasionally we can get a bit of a red flash from like dodgy pixels on the camera, but they're never normally in C2. So let's see if we can spot this. Oh, there's some movement there. So that could be a good shout there, Naomi. And B2 as well. That's, oh yeah, there we go. That's that one. How much you got? Alan's taking bets there. And Jason, how are you doing tonight? And do you know of any alien abductions that happened where you are? So, you know what? There's a few stories in this little town. Like I said, there was a UFO flap here. If I'm wrong, you can collect from Rachel. Did Rachel put you right then on it? This little town is called Warminster in Wiltshire here in the UK, just down the road from Stonehenge, not too far from Glastonbury, but right in the heart of Crop Circle country. We've got two moving across there.
Zoom mode activated.
And the reason I tell everyone and dox myself of where it is, this small little town, is because of the fact that there was a big UFO flap here. And this is part of the reason why we're doing this stream, is because the phenomenon, it went on for about 10 years, if not longer, where consistently there was just constant sightings. There was weird noises, there was landings, reported communication, missing time. It had every part of the phenomena you can imagine here. And it went on so consistently for 10 years. People moved internationally to come and experience and live with the phenomena here. So I think there are a couple of accounts of people going on craft and stuff. I don't know about your typical abduction from around here, but generally I was quite surprised that I think I've had one or two people that have said that they have had abduction experiences. Now, is it because it's much rarer, or is it because it's a very personal thing and a lot of people probably wouldn't want to share it there? And we do joke about probing a lot, so maybe people probably think that we're not the most serious place to discuss that sort of thing. But yes, much less than I would have thought to hear that sort of stuff there. And Harsh there, just found your channel, mate. Looks really interesting. Could you give us a context of what we're looking at? Cheers. A brilliant question there. And what are those white spots moving? They satellite. Sorry, it's a bit of a delay on the tubes, and we're on a couple of different different streams as well. So I've got a few chats going on. So tubers, you normally get a bit neglected, so sorry about that. But that's a brilliant question. So what we're doing tonight is we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch, and this is the Sky Live from Wiltshire in the UK, right down the road from Stonehenge, as we say, and right in the heart of Crop Circle country. A little town here called Warminster. So camera's about 10 meters in front of me, pointing up to the night sky, and yeah, we're looking at that sky live. And there is lots. Oh, that's another flasher coming through there as well. It just faded out. Oh no, it's fading in, fading out. Let's have a look at this one. So yeah, we're looking out for things like this. Things that act a little bit strange. There are lots and lots of satellites up there. So that one there, that's just tracking off screen, and that is probably a satellite. It's following a nice, straight, consistent path there. Satellites are falling to Earth in a big circle. They can't really make many movements or speed changes or anything like that. It is possible, but they're so subtle. From down here, we wouldn't really notice it. So we're on the lookout for those objects that are just acting a little bit strange, and that maybe stopping dead, changing speed, changing trajectory, anything like that that could say it's not a satellite there. So yeah, we're doing a live watch for those anomalous things. Flashing is one of the more common anomalies we have. Satellites can flash, but they do it in particular ways as well. So that is the sort of thing that we are looking out for tonight. Every night that's a clear night, we're doing this, the UFO UAP Skywatch. If it's a cloudy night, we do an alien radio signal hunt. So we can all get together. A lot less action, but you never know when you might get lucky. They are rarer, but they're becoming less rare, these radio signals that could potentially be from ET. We've got our own dish pointed up to the night sky, listening out for that. We sweep over all of those stars and their planets, hoping to hear a message there. And if the moon's up, I can be bothered, we point the camera there at the moon. We seal the craters, all the details, talk about how weird and wonderful it is. So do make sure you're following, guys. And then you get the notifications when we go live for those. But everybody is welcome here. And again, any questions, ask away. There are no silly questions here at all. If you've got the question, somebody else will also have it as well. There. And Darren, there are the brightest stars closer than the others. So logically, yes and no. So that's a really good question there. Stars come in such a range of sizes and brightnesses as well. It's like mass and size are not technically the same sort of thing. We tend to conflate them, because here on Earth, most things, there is a size. If it's that big, it tends to roughly weigh something similar. But they're quite different. But so brightness and size is also like that as well. It's like it depends how hot the thing's burning or what it's burning, not just how big it is. But honestly, our star isn't a big one. Our sun isn't big at all. So sometimes it is distance, like they're but it is that bit of a balance between the two there. So sometimes you'll get a really bright star that is really far away just because it's so massive, and then you might get a really close by star that isn't. In fact, some of our closest star, our closest stellar neighbour, Proxima Centauri, there is actually, I think it's a brown dwarf. So it's so faint we can't actually see the bloody thing. It's so dull, even though it's very, very close by. So space is a bit weird like that, but that's a brilliant question. I don't think anybody's asked that one before. And Oscar, I need to go for today, but we'll certainly be back for another day. Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for joining us and all your awesome questions there, Oscar. We'll look forward to catching up with you later on in the week for that. We'll be doing our deep dive on Friday, so probably won't have a stream tomorrow. But, well, we'll have the quest tomorrow, but it's not aliens. It's hilarious, but it's not aliens, and that'll be a bit earlier on. But, you know, Friday we'll definitely be back on. What does the weather forecast look like? I know we've had a good run. So, we don't need to worry about tomorrow. Friday is going to be overcast, apparently. So, we will probably do a bit of gaming on Friday evening. We might do an alien radio signal hunt, actually. Yeah, because we're going to be doing the deep dive. So, yeah, we'll probably do a signal hunt and then the deep dive. And then Saturday, mainly clear. We could have another Skywatch on Saturday. And Sunday, clear spells, rain and shower might be a bit risky. We'll have to see for that one, but I'm sure we're going to have some clear nights ahead for that one as well. There, where are we? Over on the tubes there, and Priya there. Oh, it's not done the. Sorry, it's not done the translation for us. Let me see if I can get my cursor back here to see if it is there a translate option. Oh, it's not doing us. Yeah, I can't read French, sadly. It's not done an auto-translate. There. And Harsh there. What kind of telescope setup do you have? The view is quite good. Thank you, Harsh. Took me a while. It's not actually a telescope, though. So we're just using a Sony digital camera with a good lens, basically. We want, really, to have the widest field of view possible. Telescopes are obviously very focused. They want to see really well, but really far. We just want to see as much of the night sky as possible, because we never know where the action might be. So we use that with basically as wide a lens as we can that lets in as much light as possible there. But it's basically a Sony camera lens, long HDMI lead, and there's a little up, down, left, right, pan, tilt motor if it wants to work. There you go, out there, so I don't have to keep running down and changing it there. But that's basically it. There. I'll see if I can translate it because I'm curious, but it's not coming through now. Let me have a look. Oh, what are all the white dots moving? Okay, so the white dots there up here mostly are going to be satellites. So what is happening is basically, if this microphone is the Earth, right? Well, the sun, we're down here on this side here facing you. The sun is down here shining its light. It's daytime for us. But then the sun kind of goes round, and therefore there's no light getting to us here. It goes to nighttime. But the sun is not fully round. So those objects that aren't on the surface are a little bit higher up. They've still got a line of sight to the sun, and they're reflecting the sun's light back and then back down to us here, and that's what we're seeing. It's things flying around within the upper atmosphere, within low Earth orbit there. They're still capturing the sun's light. Now, as the night goes on, and you see it's getting much quieter now, isn't it? Much less busy. So what's happening is that sun is moving around the back, and therefore it's only the really, really far out satellites that can still catch and then reflect the light back. But that's harder for that to reach there because they're further out and smaller and stuff. So basically it's anything that's going to be a bit of space junk, mostly satellites up there, but ET as well is going to look exactly the same to us if they're flying around up there in low Earth orbit there. And Mel, thank you for the star map there, very on brand for the stream, very kind of you. I said it all goes back into the stream as well, guys, there. So basically, look, if ET is flying around up there, same is true for a satellite, right? See here, it can reflect that light back down to us, and this is why we sometimes see them flashing. Is if they're rotating, you'll see, look, it'll flash and then goes dark, and then flash, dark, flash, and that's how we sometimes see them flashing up there, because the objects aren't emitting light. Satellites don't have big lights on them. they are just reflecting that light back to us there. And Astro versus welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Thank you for the follow. So yeah, that is kind of what we're seeing. Now, there is a theory that the actual UFOs themselves could be ionizing the atmosphere around the craft, and that is what is causing like an involuntary glow, almost like the deep sea creatures with the bioluminescence there. They just kind of glow as a product of their biology. Maybe it's part of how the bloody craft works. It just creates this glow, and therefore we're seeing all this light, these strange lights moving weird, because they just glow as they move. You know, permanently on headlights or something like that. That could be partly of what we're seeing there. And Kate, going to have to go. Looking forward to the quest. Right, thank you, Kate, and thank you as always for your support. Yes, hopefully tomorrow. It might be a touch earlier because Pete's off, so we might do 2. We'll see how we feel if it all goes to plan. But yeah, should be. We have to be packed up by 8, basically. So it'll normally be about 7 o'clock-ish. There, be over on this channel for that one. And if you've not seen us do the quest, apparently it's funny. Oh, where are we? Actually, we're coming up to our coming off time in a few minutes, so won't be on for long there. See if we can get another 1 or 2 anomalies in before we call it a night tonight. But also remember, guys, that a few of you tonight have joined our Discord. It's very, very active. It's got lots of news, all the latest stuff about Artemis, Free Atlas, everything like that. You guys are quite dedicatedly putting lots of awesome things in there. Links in the bio for that one. So we're always a conversation going on. But there's a really cool personal experiences section. That's my favourite, where a lot of you guys are adding your first-hand experiences of the phenomena with images and videos too. So you can add yours or just read through them. They're worth it. It's pretty cool. So you all guys are welcome to join us over there, especially for our Alien Movie Club. I don't know what date that is this month. It should say the Friday the 24th of April. There we go. And we're going to be watching Paul. It's on Amazon Prime. That's what the message says there. But we'll be doing our deep dive Friday night, and that's so we'll do a normal stream. Wherever at the minute it's looking like it's going to be an alien radio signal hunt, and then we'll come off, and then we'll be back on for 11 PM UK time, but over on the Patreon to do a deep dive. So every other week we tend to do a deep dive into something
Zoom mode activated.
related to the phenomena there. So either a whistleblower's account there, a leaked document there, something to really get our teeth into. And because it's a smaller group, we'd have to keep introducing ourselves and stuff there. We tend to get really into the details, and I could quite like them. The link in the bio will give it to you for free for a month there, so you don't have to worry about paying, and you'll be able to check out a couple of deep dives and watch some of the past ones back if you're into it there. But it all does go back into the stream. There's some movement here, very small, so probably quite far out if it's still getting that sun's light at this time. There. Oh, from Andover, UFO are real. Wise up like a tree there. So, Linwood, so from Andover, that is just down the road from us. We're over up in Warminster. We're a few stops down the line from you there. And but you're right, UFO are real. What they are, and what number of things, it might not just be one thing. Now, that is very much up for debate there. And Evil Toad, you're in the right place. This is the I got probed anonymous. You know, look. He says, yeah. He says if you didn't resist, it'd be easier. He said that you liked it. I do love a good probing joke. We've even got the probing room on our starship. But yeah, UFOs are real. The category of unidentified aerial phenomena. There are strange things in the sky that we cannot explain by our current understanding of. So I was going to say there, I've got to say, I keep getting warnings on TikTok. I've got to be careful. But it's very much in line with my humour. But yeah, the unidentified category is very, very much a real thing there. Now, are they UFOs? Are they aliens flying around there? Are they interdimensional beings? Are they anything like that? We don't know. We can't say for sure. Some of you might be more sure than others there, may have had direct experiences with it there. But there is definitely something going on that the normal explanation, technology, weather, and all this sort of stuff doesn't cover there. And I think, you know, the people that still don't believe in UFOs in the general sense, think everything's explained, they're very much behind the times. You know, even, you know, most governments now do officially recognize the phenomena and stuff are there. And is the movie E.T. based on a true story? So, this is an interesting one, because there is long been speculated that we would be seeded information, the general public would be seeded information about extraterrestrial life. Even if there's a big conspiracy to keep it quiet, they'll still release a little bit, because at any point the truth could come out. And if the general public have no foundation, have no understanding, that shock could be very, very, very dangerous. But if they kind of give us a little bit here, maybe even kind of control the opinion that they want us to have as a society about the ETs as well, there is a benefit for them to doing it. And old Spielberg is one of the ones that is rumoured to be part of that, basically, to have had a little bit of an inside knowledge. There's some stuff that comes out there from Close Encounters there that basically has become more true, you know, over time. And we've got another film coming out for him lately. So E.T. is one that apparently that is one that there was truths within it. They wanted us to know certain things about it. We've got a new film from Spielberg called Disclosure Day coming out in June. And we're like, what information could they want us to take from it there? Is it purely fiction? Is it just a story? Or is there something more to it there? And thank you, Evil Toad. Welcome aboard the Starship. I'll load up the Starship. There we go. This is our Starship. Hold on, it'll move in a second. The Starship Alan, and as you can see, everybody's going around doing they're all in the bloody on the bridge at the minute, but there is actually a probing room on board, and Alan is also about somewhere as well, our alien mascot Alan. And there he's in his room at the minute apparently, but if you're caught in the probing room with Alan, you know it's a good time. There. They may well be there, and if that Alan from ET, if that alien, I just see the word alien, read it as Alan now. If that alien from ET came towards me, I'm gone. Don't fancy that glowing finger. Exactly. I tell you what, it wouldn't be glowing, would it? Afterwards, glowing with disinfectant. There. And Darren there, hi there. I'm in Weymouth, Dorset there, and there is a UFO that constantly flies by whenever I'm out in my garden skywatching. Oh, Weymouth way, Dorset, again, you know, you're not too far from a lot of military activity there as well, which it tends to be a big interest apparently for the phenomena. So this thing that you've seen there, what does it look like there? Is it just like a anomalous light in the sky? Is it changing colours? I'd love to hear a bit more on that. Thank you for sharing it there. See, there you go. Movie Club, guys. Friday the 24th. You're welcome to join us for that. Oh, I've just noticed the time. I need to click off, sadly, because I've got to get ready for tomorrow. So it's going to be a long day. But remember, guys, do give us a follow if you're not already, because we do something like this every night. So tomorrow is we're going to be doing a different sort of stream. You guys are my guinea pigs. We're testing a new format of a show that we're making. So you can enjoy that one a bit earlier. But we'll be back Friday. We're doing a deep dive there as well. So make sure you're following for those ones there. But, have you seen the latest moon pics? I haven't yet, actually. I haven't. It is on my list there. But Mel and Harko there, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate those. It's very, very kind of you guys. As it all goes back into the stream there, just to finish up on the tubes, because there's a bit of a delay. Oh, it looks like a little sun. Interesting. We want to hear more about this. I've got to come off tonight, but I do want to hear more about this if you want to join us on a future night. Normally we're doing something most nights there, but okay, night guys, thank you again so much for joining. Keep us company, your awesome questions there. I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow, and if you are about a little bit earlier there, between about 6:30 and 7:30ish at UK time PM, so we're going to be doing the question. We'll appreciate you there to give us some feedback on what you think of that. But catch you later, guys. Bye bye.